welcome in. You're doing okay? Just wandering the interwebs, looking for something to get into, like a like a new hobby or like a media. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing well this weekend. You're in a five-stream streak. Do I get told to go outside? I mean, last time you went outside, you lawnmowed your phone, so maybe you shouldn't. I got a new Minecraft house. Nice. I hope you're having fun with it. Sounds like you are. Yeah, what's everyone up to this weekend? And welcome in Blade. You play lads. Oh, Love in Deep Space? I don't play it. No. I've heard a lot of things about it, but I only have I only have space in my life for one gotcha game. One gotcha game is plenty. And I'm busy with Genshin. But yeah, I heard it's quite good. And, I love the, gotcha game targeting a female demographic. That's always great. Girls can wail too. So whatever, fine, whether it be random Twitter posts or whatever. Yeah. I mean, Twitter, don't know if I condone that. Do you know Firefox has a picture-in-picture? It does. Sometimes I accidentally click on it. I guess that's cool. I've never used it, but it's good to know that it's there. Just wanted to come in and say hi. Of course. Good to see you. Yeah, it is it's a very cozy, rainy Sunday today. It is just very, it's not like really, really like pouring rain. It's just like misting down, just kind of wet in general. Where's the picture-in-picture button? Usually, actually, I have YouTube open right now. It's like on the YouTube video, it's in kind of like the bottom right. If you hover over it, it's not right on the bottom. It's just like literally. Oh, yours is top right. Okay, mine is like kind of in the middle, but on the bottom right, but like not at the edge. It's like quite high up. Like imagine this is the YouTube video. It's like for me, it's like here. That's the YouTube. Oh, that's the YouTube picture-in-picture. I don't see a. Oh, at the top. I see. Okay, that's Firefox picture-in-picture. I see. Okay, I didn't know. I thought that was Firefox. The UI looked really messed up, so I assumed it was Firefox, like trying to overlay it on top of YouTube. But no, YouTube is just looks bad. That's great. Wonder if you can share the screenshots of Minecraft house tour? Yeah. I just saw you just joined the Discord. You can post it in the Discord. No worries at all. That's what it's for, But speaking in the Discord, I just posted my my Halloween costume poll, so you guys can vote on my Halloween costume. So if you're not in the Discord, or if you are in the Discord, you can vote there. It looks like, what's her name? It looks like Zoe from K-pop Demon Hunters is winning. Actually, I don't know what I was expecting. I guess I don't know. I guess I didn't have any expectations this time around. But I didn't know I guess K-pop Demon Hunters is really popular. Yeah, but I wasn't expecting like it to be so popular as a costume, But she is very cool. And I tried to. Okay, I didn't do exactly her hairstyle, but it's like inspired, Inspired by Zoe leading in the polls. I used to do my hair like this quite frequently back in the day, but my hair got too short and then I couldn't do it anymore. Or I cut my hair too short, obviously. And then now it's like just reached the point where I can mainly do it. This piece is like not cooperating. I keep trying to like push it in, but it keeps coming back out. I think it's just part of the vibes, It's just it's gonna be a little bit sticking out. I think it's fine. Before there was like a huge piece of hair sticking out, so I had to redo it. This is as intricate of a hairstyle I will go. I know hers has like braids in it. My hair, like if I braid my hair, it just immediately unravels. I don't know. I don't know like what I've done everything. Like people are like, "Oh, like try making your hair really greasy. Like just don't wash your hair and then it will like stay in the braid for longer." And then but like I've tried that and all I have is just greasy hair that comes out of the braid. You cut it off? No, it's here. Look, it's just tied up. Don't worry. But yeah, I like this hairstyle for like the awkward phase when it's like kind of like past shoulder length, but not quite like medium length, you know? Like it does work well, you know, for this length. That's what I discovered last like a couple of years ago, I guess. Yeah, it's I'll have to figure the main reason I chose Zoe out of the K-pop Demon Hunters, one, I think she's the cutest one, and two, I wouldn't have to wear a wig. The thought of being roomy and wearing that long braid that's like down to her knees, like that sounds way too heavy. Like the like when I wore a long wig before for it was Zelda. When like Zelda's hair is like down to her butt and like it is so heavy. Like when you wear the wig, it just like pulls on your scalp. So like when you take it off, like your scalp hurts so much. Or even when you're wearing it, your scalp just hurts because it's like you just have a thing on your head that's like pulling at it. So that's really fun. Um, so who's this Wanderer? I just sent a GIF of Wanderer. I don't know how to. It's just a Genshin character. I don't. Do you want like a description of it? Like he is he was kind of an evil boy, but then he turned into a god, and then they took away his god powers, and then they wiped his memory. So now he's like kind of evil, but like not real. He forgot all the evil acts he did, so now he's like kind of okay, but he's still kind of mean. He's kind of bratty, like sassy. Now he's just like a little edgy boy, but he's not like purely evil now, so that's good. Um, in the game, or not in the game, but like as for my, I really like Wander. He's like a son to me. I have a few children in Genshin. I have Wander. I have Venti. I already forgot. Who are my sons? Oh my god, I'm so sorry to my children. And then Sijween is my daughter, my first daughter. I think that's it. I think that's it. I can't think of any other children I have. It's not letting me select the screenshot I took. I might have I think I have a setting on the server. You probably can't post photos for like 10 minutes or something like that. Like you might have to wait 10 minutes to post photos just because which is like in a minute. Because sometimes people come in and they like spam photos. So that's why if like a bunch of people join at once, we'll be like ready. Um, yeah, just wait a few minutes and you should be able to post. There's a time. There's a timer. You make a great mother. Are you forgetting your kid's name? Okay, to be fair, these kids have strange names. I'm not going to have a child and name it Sijween, okay? No, I think that's it. I think it's just Wanderer, Venti, and Sijween. I can't think of any. Am I forgetting one? I'll name my child a Venti. Yeah, it'll be so. It will. I'm sure they won't get jokes about like, you know, like Venti. I mean, Venti means like 20, right? But it also means like you'll go to Starbucks and it's like a venti latte for venti. You know, like I don't think I don't think that's a good name. You got to think about the bullying they might endure, and whether it's worth it. And Wanderer is a terrible name. You're literally thinking about this a few minutes. Wait, what? Um, you were thinking about Venti going to Starbucks and ordering a venti latte. Welcome in, Ricky. I'm glad we're on the same with strange brain wavelength. You just post it? Okay, okay, I'm glad you could. Yeah, I think it's just on a timer. I remember setting that up a little while ago because we did get like spammed by people. And apparently the images were really, really disturbing. But I didn't see them, thankfully. I did not endure the trauma. Named Wander, but doesn't wander. Yeah, I think naming a child, I'm still like not like now I'm like used to it, but like when they first named, because like before his memory got wiped, his name was Scaramouche. So like like Scaramouche was like that was his name, right? And then suddenly they changed it to Wander, and I was like, why would you change his name to Wanderer? Like it's and but you're allowed to um you're allowed to change the name. Like you get to choose a name for him. Technically his name is Wander, but like you get like a canon name. I named him Kitten because in the quest, because they wiped him from the memory, like wiped his memory, wiped him from the memory, they like um they made like a little like story, like a fairy tale about what happened to him, to preserve the memory. So and in the fairy tale he was a little kitten, so I called him Kitten. You're gonna name the kids after Pokemon like Eevee, and then when they grow up, I'll like they'll like evolve. Like the baby will be called Pichu, and then when they turn like 10, you change their name to Pikachu, and when they turn like 20, you change their name to Raichu. That's so weird. Normal, I mean. Venti would use this name as an excuse to yoink the copies of all Venti drink sippers. True. He'd be like, Venti pumpkin spice latte for Chicano, and then Venti would just be like, that's mine. Although I think he only likes alcohol and not coffee. I think he only enjoys the alcoholic beverages. Friend was telling me that a new Starbucks drink was awful or something like that. And I remember that one scene where Paul Rudd is telling the employee, Paul Rudd? Like, in what movie? Telling the employee the Venti 20 thing and how the size should just be called large instead. That's true. That's true. I mean, that's just their thing. They wanna seem cool by using. I think it's Italian, right? They just want to be cool. Everyone starts as Eevee, then evolves into one of like the 8. Oh, they can choose. That's so nice of you. You get to let your child choose between being called Espeon or Sylveon or Vaporeon. Actually, if I had to choose an Eevee name, if you had to be named an Eevee, what would you guys? I think Eevee is obviously the best one. Like just plain straight up Eevee. That's like basically a name. I think it is a name. Not in that spelling, but close enough. And welcome in Gamer Sushi. I'm gonna be gaming. The new Stygian drops soon, or almost has already dropped. I'm so ready. I'm so ready. Grown ups. Okay, I don't think I've seen it. I've seen the movie, just watched that one scene. Yeah, I haven't seen that. They don't let you pick, you need a Thunderstone. You need a girl named Eevee, you had a crush on her. Why does that not surprise me? But out of the evolutions, like, how many are there now? Like, being called Flareon, I think would kind of suck. I think Flareon, Vaporeon, and Leafeon would kind of suck. I think Sylveon would be okay. You could be called Sylvie, Espeon. I think I could be fine. I think Umbreon would be a terrible name. Like, Umbreon is not a great name. I think maybe the best is Sylveon. But what is there other ones? Eevee, Flare. Wait, is there? There's no rock one. There's no dragon one. They gotta add those. Pikachu, Pikachu Smith. That was my idea. Welcome in. That's why I said you name your baby Pichu, and then as they grow up, you change their name. They just keep evolving. It could work. It could work. Name your child Vaporeon. Vape for short. Oh no, that sounds like setting them up for failure. I think Vaporeon is the worst one. I think I stand by this. I think Vaporeon is the worst one. Umbreon is also pretty bad. I think you could just be like Sylveon. I think that's kind of cute. Magikarp, and when they finally become useful, they get Gyarados. Those are both really bad names. I would rather be called Pikachu. Because no one would ever be able to spell your name. I don't even know if you spelled it correctly. I think it might be Guy Gyarados, you know? I always don't know how to spell Gyarados. And I think that's too confusing. At least Pikachu, everyone would be able to pronounce it. It would be really cringe, but like people would know how to say it and how to spell it. So I guess that's good. I'm sure there's some Pokemon that would make some good names, like okay names, but I don't really recommend this naming convention, you know? Mew when they have a brother, Mewtwo. Right. Short form is Carp. And then when they hit 16, they become Gara. Does he evolve at level 16? I think he evolves at level... I thought it's like higher than that, no? Maybe you looked it up and I'm wrong. Okay, you could just go by the levels. Like, you could go like... You could go... I mean, it kind of works out. The max level is 100 and, you know, like, people... People might live to 100. At 16, you can drive. That's true. That's true. I mean, depends where you live. Some places maybe you can't drive at 16. Or if you live in Alberta, you can drive when you're like 12. Is Mewtwo still a powerful Pokemon these days? I don't think it ever was, Ricky. Actually, maybe it was at some point. I don't think it's like considered that good of a legendary. It's okay. It's okay, Ricky. It's still cool. Like, it has like a cool factor, you know, because like it's the OG. But I don't think it's like when you get like a 1 or 2 restricted Pokemon, I don't think people are using Mewtwo very often. Actually, I think I might have seen a video about Wolfie using Mewtwo, but I think he used it in a way where it's like no one uses this Pokemon, so I'm gonna try using it. I think it was like along that line, you know? So that's fine. I remember a Pokemon movie where the guy was like a god. I still have never seen a single Pokemon movie. Are they actually good? Like, are the Pokemon movies enjoyable? Like, are they good movies? Mega Mewtwo was used more. Oh, that makes sense. The no one knows how to play it versus strat. Versus it. Yeah. I mean that does have an advantage. If you use a Pokemon that no one ever uses, then like you have a advantage in that one. You watch them as a kid, can't tell. They might be bad. But Ricky doesn't like, or no, what was it? Ricky has said on record that he's never seen a movie that has good writing or something. So surely that means Pokemon movies are bad. Some Pokemon movies have been known to make people cry. Some people, does that include someone named the law underscore? Don't say that on stream. They'll take your Japanese citizenship. I think I can say that I've never seen like an episode of the anime either. But it's fine. I watched Doraemon, and that's perfectly acceptable as a substitute, you know? Honestly, I don't even think my family in Japan could name like 10 Pokemon, okay? Like, I think they could name Pikachu. And I'm not sure if there's any other Pokemon past that. That's a common League strat, things no one plays. That's true. There's some Pokemon I'm like, or not Pokemon. There's some League of Legends. Like when I did play League of Legends, like people are like, or I would encounter some champions and I'm like, I've never seen that in my life. Like what is that? And what do they? I mean, it doesn't really matter for me because like I only know what like 5 champions do anyway. So like chances are I don't know what they do. That is a really big, speaking like that is a really big barrier of entry, I think, for League of Legends, because like there's so many champions and they all have like multiple abilities and stuff, right? So like you have to know what each of them do in case you encounter them. Because like I'll watch like a guide and they'll be like, oh, be mindful of like things that could kill you, and I'm like I feel like everything can kill me. I don't know what I'm supposed to like. I know like some things like don't get hit by Blitzcrank Hook or whatever. But like I'm sure lots of champions have that, and I just don't know. That's why you need to name your kids after Pokemon to educate your family about Pokemon. You're so right. I should name my firstborn Zacian. If I have twins, Zacian Zamazenta. But yeah, it's always the struggle in League of Legends. I was literally like I was at work and we were eating food and they were like someone was talking about a League of Legends event. MSI was here in Vancouver. And then so I was like they were like, "Oh, there was a League of Legends event." And then someone was like, "Oh, which one?" And I was like, "Oh, it was probably MSI." And I was like, got the League knowledge, you know? And they're like, do you play League? And I was like, no. No, I don't. Dota 2 has 126 heroes, so you're pretty much given up on bothering to try and learn it. I think League has over 160 now. They keep adding more. So it's like, at this point, it's like, I just stay far away from everything. I always get a bit flamed. Like if I ever play with Jack, like back in the day, he would be like, either you're like in the enemy, like either you're like on top of the enemy, or you're so far away that like no one can see you. I'm just like 3 screens away. But it's very hard. Spacing is hard. Your hair is cool. Thank you, thank you. I brought back this hairstyle. The hairstyle of like the awkward length, and then you could just tie it up like this. That's the strategy. That's more champions, and there are Pokemon. Surely. I guess yeah. That's even for VGC. That must be even harder, right? But I think for VGC, there's only like a handful of champions that actually, or Pokemon that actually get played. So that's probably fine. That's if I ever, I was literally on YouTube earlier, and Vars had posted like a community post. I was like, what do you think is like the main thing keeping new players from joining League of Legends? And it's like, cause like, I think eventually, like if they don't get new players, eventually, obviously the game will die, and that's how it works, right? But I don't know. I think it's, as someone who got into it only a few years ago, it is, and who's still arguably not into it, or not like, you know, fully onboarded, if you can say that. It is really hard to get into because like yeah, there's so many champions. If you've never played a right click game, it's very hard to get used to, right? It takes a lot of time to get used to it. And for especially for people, there might even be people who, like for me personally, I wasn't even well versed with click games. Like not even right click games. I wasn't not used to like keyboard mouse games, you know? Like if I could use a controller to play League of Legends, I would be much more comfortable and my hand would hurt less. But yeah, that kind of stuff. And then also the game is very complex. The game is, there's a lot of, I mean, which is part of the appeal of the game, obviously, but it is very complex, and they don't do a good job of teaching people. So I think, and then like obviously people are really sweaty, people are really mean, people are really mean. So I think it's just hard to get into. I think like they always say like you can't get into League of Legends unless someone like shows you the ropes, you know? You can't just like rely on the game to tell you how to get into it. Because I've watched videos where people will like just try and play League as an experiment without any like friend input or anything like that. And it's tough. Also, if you're new, you get called slurs. That's true. I mean, I've actually never been called a slur. But I have been called. Honestly, I haven't had like that many terrible experiences. I've had some people flame me on Wild Rift. I played a lot more Wild Rift, obviously. So like I've had some people. It like censors it out. So maybe it was slurs. I don't know. Or like sometimes people would like. Sometimes people would be like, oh, like, like people just say like, or it's like I've had more like misogyny, I guess. But like it wasn't like that bad. On the vast scale of like internet things that could be said, I don't think it was that bad. Like some people would just be like, oh, like just go play with your boyfriend instead, or like stuff like that. Or like they'll be like, oh, just play support and like the other girls or whatever. How they know you're a girl? I don't know. I think I was just too nice. I think I type like a girl. Although I don't chat that much, but I'm very friendly. And usually that works. Like if you're friendly, if you're nice, people will generally match your energy and they'll be less likely to flame you. Like especially the main thing I do is I just apologize every time I make a mistake. On Wild Rift, there's like a quick thing button that's like, sorry, my bad. And I click that like every time I make a mistake, which is often. And I think that helps because like, can you really like start flaming someone who's like owning up to it and be like, yeah, that was my fault, you know? Like I think it's harder. So, but I mainly play. I think they just assume like if you're playing a female champion, I think you are a girl. You know. I think that's what they that could be. Why do you think Valorant appeals to so many girls? I think, I mean, I've never played Valorant, so I cannot speak to the gameplay. But in terms of, for me personally, as a girl, like I have authorization. I speak for all women here. I think it's the design. I think it's the art style. I think it's the design. Because when I look at all the FPS games, FPS, yes. Before I start calling every shooting game an FPS game. The Guardian always blames me for that. I'm like, oh yeah, Fortnite, the FPS game. It's like literally just has guns. It doesn't mean it's FPS. But yeah, basically the designs of the characters. There's a lot of really pretty, cute female champions. And they're not like, yeah, they're not like men drawing women kind of designs. They actually look good. And the art style and the aesthetic is very appealing. I think not to generalize, but I think aesthetic and a presentation really does like a lot of like I think girls generally value that higher than guys, or like they might value different types of aesthetics over guys, which not obviously it's not for everyone, but generally girls like cute stuff. I know, revolutionary. I know someone's a girl if they type more than one Y in a row, like hey, or like exclamation points. Like I use the exclamation point like every other sentence, like even at work. So like you can definitely 90% of the time you can tell, if someone's typing in a certain way, you're like that's probably a girl. And so I mean I assess that in chat as well. Valorant is basically CS with pretty champions and color. Exactly. And I think I think a lot of times, girls do like playing girl characters and girl characters that look good and are represented well. They're not like over sexualized, that kind of stuff. Like, like let's take early League of Legends. All the female characters were like super over sexualized. They were not designed well. It's still they're kind of moving away from it, but they definitely still obviously because like they have all the old champions still there. They've like redesigned them, but it really much has like or very much has the thing where it's like the male champions have like a lot of variety. They all have there's like different body types. There's different ages or different like appearances and like some of them are monsters, some of them aren't even human, that kind of stuff. And then like the majority of the older champions that are female are just like hot. It's like, oh, okay, we'll have like a hot pirate girl and we'll have like a hot cop girl, and then like it's like that kind of thing. But they're definitely moving away from it because we have like from Arcane, we have Mel. She's older, and yeah, there's a few champions now that are older too, which is cool. Hot girl. That is. Oh, that's a lot of them. Men aren't gonna use punctuation. Men versus punctuation is tough. You love my hot pirate. I hate Misfortune. I hate Misfortune. I'm like, why? What? Like she's better now, but like I'm like, why? Why does she look like that? Like I take issue. I guess what they were going for is what they were going for is like her boobs are like cannonballs. I feel like that's what they're going for, with the pirate aesthetic. I'm like, but like, come on. When you pull off a crazy alt, it's so satisfying. I think, yeah, her alt is a little scary. But that thing where she rains down the thing, that thing is useless. Every time I just stand it, I take like 1 damage. I'm like, what is she doing? Like, what is the point of this? Maybe the outrageously large. Yeah, and they're not even like like large is fine. Some people have big boobs, but they're like so circular. They're like perfect spheres. Which I think is what they were. I stand by this cannonball theory. Okay, I think that's what it is. But yeah, I just it seems ridiculous. Same with oh yeah, Sona yeah. Demacia has a. Is she from Is she not from uh the pirate place? What is it called? I can't remember. I don't think so. I think they must be magic. I think they must be like magical, you know? It's like it removes physics and removes gravity. Yeah, there's definitely some league champions I do take issue with, but these days I think they're generally designed okay. I don't mind because like now they're like they have like for me I take issue with a couple things. Okay, one is like very needless sexualization where it's like some characters being sexualized makes sense. It's like Evelyn, she's a succubus. Makes perfect sense. She should be very hot, you know? That's like the whole point. But if it's like a character is like a scientist or something and it's like why? Like what? That makes no sense. And then the other thing is when it's very unequal. Like there's some genres where like say like Genshin, it's a gacha game. I think it's kind of expected that all the characters are going to be hot, right? Like that's fine. But I take issue if it's like very unequal treatment. And I think League is definitely moving away from that. There's so many male champions that are like they're getting better too with like the issue I have with like older League champions is that the female champions are designed to be hot for men. And the male champions are also designed to be hot for men. You know, it's not really like a female gaze kind of hotness. But these days, I think it's changing. There's definitely a lot of champions that women would like as well, like male champions that women would like. So I think they're getting better about it. I think they just have a lot of like old stuff that is just it's just there. The men were muscular AF back then too, like Lee Sin. Lee Sin was really muscular. I've never seen his old thing. That's crazy. I mean, he's kind of muscular now, like in a normal way. They realized they could sell stuff to women too. I think gacha games are realizing that because speaking of Love in Deep Space earlier, Love in Deep Space was selling like crazy. It is still selling like crazy, and it's just like hot guys, right? It's basically like a dating sim for these hot guys. I think they realized like, oh, women will also like simp over anime characters, and they'll spend money on them too. They'll wail just as hard, you know. I think they kind of realized that. Genshin is still. They had it figured out, and then they stopped. I don't even after Love and Deep Space, they're like releasing less and less male characters. Maybe the female characters really do sell better. I don't know. Kaya obsessed girls. He's a free character. He's a free character. Turns out sex sells. That's crazy. They just figured it out. They just figured it out. Like whenever Love and Deep Space came out, like 3 years ago. All you need is a good voice actor, and the girls open their wallet. You know, you need a. You need a. I mean, there's a few different archetypes, but like you need like a I can fix them guy, or you need like a, yeah, like you need a guy with like a nice, beautiful, deep voice, or like someone who's very sensitive, or like there's different archetypes you can go for, and I think Love and Deep Space covered them all. And welcome in Gundam. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, I think they're definitely getting better about that, because like now I can say that there are male league champions that I think are hot. You know, like I think before they were all like, it's like really like there's like Garen. I'm like, come on. Do I really care about Garen? That kind of thing. But I think it's just a lot better. Who are the hot lead? I will fight people on this because there's always a disagree. I think what men think are hot men versus what women think are hot men. I think League is a good litmus test for that. Because for me, I would put Yone. I think Yone maybe is like an intersection. Yone, I love Yone, and I love Aphelios, and there must be someone else. Can't remember now. Those are the main ones. It's a small list. Been farming chests, and you got like almost every chest and Nod Cry. Damn, that's a lot. You're on the grind. Congratulations. I think I got most of the teleports, but I didn't bother getting everything. I'm just pre-farming for fill-ins because I want to use them on station. Like it'd be a Viego. Viego is for the men. Viego's 100% for the men. Come on. You have no idea. No, guys love Viego, man. They do. Men do like big swords, massive abs, shirtless man. That's what guys are into. I think Genshin does a good job with it. They know like I think people do like I do somewhat have an issue that like the women wear so much less clothes than the male characters in Genshin, but at the same time, I think that is generally what I would like. Like if they just release like a shirtless like Genshin character, I don't think I would necessarily like that. Like for example, like people always talk about in terms of male sexualization is that like Child has like he basically has a shirt like this where it's like open. There's like a little flap that's open on the side, and I think girls like that way more than they would if he was just completely shirt. I'm sure some girls would like if he was completely shirtless, but like I think that kind of stuff is like goes a long way. You have 67 pulls here at the moment. That's plenty. Who are you going for again? Men also think women like all those things. Exactly. It's like what men think women like versus what women actually like. It's always every time I will tell like a guy, I'll be like, oh, like I like this character, I like this whatever, this actor or whatever. They're like, really? Every time. I always get so much pushback. But it's true. I used to get relentlessly bullied for liking Kylo Ren. I'm playing games for the fantasy escape from reality, so I want everything exaggerated to them. Yeah, that's another thing I was gonna say. Viego is such a power fantasy, right? He can be everyone. So I think people like him. I think people like him not just for him being shirtless. I think they also like him for that because he's like Viego is the power fantasy, and I think a lot of the league champions do like tie into that a little bit. For me, I think I like I like a good lore with the character, and yeah, I do mainly play female characters. I would say, I don't think I would. It's very much like when I first started playing League of Legends, one of my friends was like, "Don't only play female champions." I'm like, "Watch me." You want to bench press 600 pounds? Yeah, that's the male fantasy, huh? I would love to bench press 600 pounds. That'd be cool. I did some arm workouts yesterday, but I don't think it was anywhere near 600 pounds. It was probably more like, I don't know. I don't have any semblance of weight. What type of workout? It was like we did like multiple arm workouts, but the main one it's actually mainly back workouts. We're doing like you like grab the bar and you like pull it like this. But it was mainly for the back, I think, because she kept forcing me to use my back. And then we did one workout where we had to like grab the bar with your feet. And I'm like, I'm like, excuse me, like why? Um, how do I like my feet? I was like, are you like a monkey? Like, how are you grabbing? How are you grabbing the bar with your feet this whole time? I was like, that's so tiring. Like, my toes are not. They don't have the grip strength. Maybe I need to work on that. And welcome in protagonist. You're actually here on time. That is crazy. Also, oh, there we go. I think my music stopped. But then my mouse also stopped. Imagine being the person that has to use it after your feet. I think she wipes everything down between sessions. And I was wearing socks. You have to wear socks. Because like that's why we wear like the special Pilates socks, because you can articulate all your toes, I guess. But I was like, yeah, so the feet is kind of crazy. But my feet are clean. My feet are not stinky, okay? I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, she does clean up everything in between sessions. I see her doing it. Hopefully she cleaned the foot bar. Yeah, there's a lot of things at the gym your feet go on, or at the Pilates studio your feet go on. There's a lot of foot involved. That's why we have like the grippy socks. And then some of the Pilates socks, it's like, like there's toe socks, right? But like we have toe socks that where the toe, it's like open toe socks. You know what I mean? Like fingerless gloves, but for your feet. And those are crazy. You've been looking over the horizons and they stop by here yesterday when you end the stream. Of course. I do have an email for that. Look. I took this picture on Tears of the Kingdom. It's beautiful, right? I love that photo. It took me so long to get him to move to that. The sages are so annoying, right? He kept running around like a maniac. Getting a 30-day rowing challenge with your coworkers if I do 100K meters. 100 kilometers. In a month, you get a day off. How many hours of rowing is that? I don't even know what, like on the machine, right? Not out on the water. If you guys don't know, some deep Miju lore. When I was 13, I did rowing. An hour a day, that's so much. Yeah, when I was 13, I did rowing, like real rowing on the water. And I hated it because, one, you had to carry the boats down to the water. Like you had to pick up the boats onto your shoulder and carry them down. And the boats are very heavy. The boats are so heavy. And like you had to put on your shoulder, and it like always, I just had like bruises on my shoulder from carrying this boat. Cause I'm like, my shoulders are so bony, right? So like, yeah, we had to carry the boats down. And then also we had to row on the ocean at 7 a.m. in October. It was so cold. It was so freezing. You had to even get in the water, to to push the boat in, right? So I'm like, why? This is miserable. 7 a.m. on a Saturday in October. So I gave up on that after one season of rowing. I did get a jacket though. My mom was like, why did I buy you this jacket when you don't even continue on the rowing? I'm like, you know what? I got my jacket. It's a machine that tracks it with an app. That's a lot of rowing. Your legs and your back will be very worked out. Famously bony shoulders. I have famously bony everything, man. I don't know how people some people they'll like they can sit on the ground, or they can sit on they can kneel on the ground. Like if I kneel for 1 minute, I will be bruised, legitimately. Or it will be a workout where you're if you're bracing yourself on the ground, my hip bone will bruise, my ribs will bruise, my elbow will bruise. I don't even know what to do. No wonder you got them guns of steel carrying the rowboats. Who's sitting? We're all sitting. Actually, no, I hate the chairs at BC Place at the when you watch the Whitecaps. It's so uncomfy. The chairs are so hard. Your butt got so big you can't even hide it anymore. Why were you hiding it? Everyone has a butt. Don't worry. Hugging me, just like hugging a duffel bag full of nuts and bolts. That's so accurate. Maybe don't go outside. I do have a minimum of one bruise on me at all times. But I'm also, I don't know. I think I have a very poor sense of the surroundings. I think like I don't know if it's my peripheral vision. I'm always like running into like I take a corner too tight, and then I just hit the side. I don't know. I notice girls bruise more easy. I think girls are more likely to be iron deficient. Does that make you bruise more easily? Maybe not. I think it does, right? That doesn't make sense, maybe. I'm not sure yet. It sounds like maybe, but also sounds like maybe not, you know? It's like we're not like dying. Like you're trying to take the inside route to gain on first place, like Mario Kart. Yeah, I was trying to take efficient lines like a speed runner. And some things I know, like when I wear my glasses, okay? So my glasses are like here, right? They stick out like from the front of your face. They stick out like this. I take turns so tightly that sometimes I hit the side of my glasses on the wall. And I'm like, why am I that close to the wall? Like, do I need whiskers like a cat so I don't hit the wall? Like, I don't get it. Speed running, walking to the kitchen. Yeah, exactly. I gotta get the snacks quickly. I think you just bruise more easily if you just don't have a lot of fat, right? Or maybe it's like you bruise more easily if you don't have a lot of muscle. Like maybe it's just like girls have less muscle, so or on average, so like maybe like we just bruise easier. But then it doesn't really make sense. I don't know. Well, their skin structure is different. So men literally do have tougher skin. That's crazy. Welcome in Pokemon for a moment. I thought you were talking about driving. No. I've never hit the corner while driving, okay? Don't worry. I mean while walking. Maybe I need side mirrors. Maybe that would change. That would fix it. Yeah, I guess it's a skin issue. Get fatter or strong. I'm sure it would help. But even if you were fatter, like your blood vessels would still be there, right? Because they're like in the flesh, right? So I don't think it would really matter. But it'd probably help with like sitting on chairs. But honestly, I'll just bring a cushion to the game, you know? It's fine. Little speedrunner mindset. Seconds waste to getting too far apart from the... Yeah, you gotta take the clean lines. That's me. But yeah, I guess that's just how I walk. I don't know. Someone who did the fatter option is a good one. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to do that. I'll consider it. I'll consider it. I don't think I gain weight that easily though. But maybe as I get older I will. I can. Maybe I just haven't. To be fair, I haven't tried. I think I just like. You know, I just generally I just eat until I'm full, which is quite early. And then I just don't force myself to eat more. But yeah, I definitely do want to gain muscle. I'm working on it. I mean, I'm sure I have. It's just like it's a slow process. Get a McDonald's, eat a 10-piece nugget combo with a McDouble and a junior chicken. That's so much food. Gain like 10 pounds. Yeah, no kidding. I usually get a Happy Meal. I like a good honestly, I get a Happy Meal and that's like a good amount of food. I save the yogurt tube for later. Muscle gain is a slow process. You won't really notice that unless you take before and after photos. I think for me is that I just notice it right away. Cause like I think because I'm quite thin. Like so once I started Pilates, I noticed a difference right away. I could see like abs, and then, but it's kind of been the same since then, right? Like I think it's just like the muscle shows very easily, but I'm not getting like a very substantial amount of muscle. But yeah, I don't think I noticed anything else in particular. Happy Meal is so little food. Yeah, yeah, but it's good and it's so cheap. It's only like $5. You guys gotta give me all these menu choices to gain weight. I'm sure there'll be no shortage of that in America, Ricky. We go to America, go to a restaurant, see the portion size. Like literally, the portion sizes are crazy in America. You'll get like one meal will be like 2,000 calories. Maybe you have good muscle gain genetics. Some people are just hyper gain. I don't think I am. But I think it's just like just gaining a small amount of muscle. It like the muscle I do gain, especially like abs and stuff like that, it shows very easily because I think with abs it's just like how much fat you have like covering it, you know? So that kind of shows it. But I think I need to just like I definitely am getting stronger. I can feel like ab workouts back then versus ab workouts now, like I feel a lot stronger, which is good. Go to McDonald's and order 5 things. Yeah, do not do that, Ricky. You might die. During New Jeans League Worlds, you ordered a 40-piece nugget. 40? That's way too much, Ratsy. Welcome in, random. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you've been well. Bruising can be a blood platelet issue too. B vitamins can help with it. I don't think I'm low on vitamin B, but I don't know if I've checked. I take iron, but I do have vitamin B as well, but I don't take it every day. You have abs? To some extent. Like if I keep up with my ab workouts, I can see like the lines on the side. I don't have a 6-pack. Obviously, I do not have like a Viego 6-pack. Okay. Yeah, I don't have the Kazwa ab. I wish I had Kazwa abs, but I think I don't think she eats a lot. I don't know. Cause like you guys know I'm very thin, right? But I still have like fat on like the lower part of my belly, which is like super normal for women, right? It's like it's like biology, right? But I think in order to not have that fat on your belly, I think you have to be like really, really skinny, or just have not eaten that day, you know, that kind of thing. Means you can lift your water bottle without getting winded. That's true. It is 1.2 kilograms. Actually, it's kind of heavy. The opening ceremony is like 2 hours. 40 nuggets in 2 hours. That's a lot. Don't check the calories, man. I think the reason I don't gain much weight is that whenever I'm having too much grease or sugar, I get enough of it really quick, unless it's chocolate. Yeah, I mean, some people are just built like that, right? Like some people just, like, they don't, like, I think it's just how you're raised, because I think I'm the same way. Like, for me, it's like, I don't have too much sugar. Like, after, like, a little bit of sugar, I'm just like, that's too much. Like, I kind of feel like I'm enough. Yeah, I mean, if a food is really heavy, really rich, really greasy, like, I don't want to eat a lot of it. So I think it's just how you're raised. And you just haven't developed a taste for it, which is good because that means you'll be healthier. But yeah, I think some people just self-regulate their weight quite well, and I think it's generally how you're raised. What are your fitness goals? My fitness goals are I want to strengthen my legs because I feel like my legs are very weak, and I want to improve my cardio. And I mean, I just generally do ab workouts constantly because Pilates is mostly abs. So I just keep up with that. Right now, I'm really focused on inner thigh workouts and glutes. I think it helps. I think a lot of my form issues in Pilates comes from a lack of inner thigh, because like a lot of workouts where you have to like engage your glutes, you also have to engage your inner thighs, and I think that's the weak link, and it's kind of stopping me. And welcome in, Hovinsita. Hope you're doing well today. We have the same goals, really? You're getting. I mean, I guess if you're doing all that rowing, that's gonna be in the legs. It's unhealthy to have 0 body fat for men and I mean, obviously 0 is really bad. You'd be like dead, no? Lower than 10% guys can lead to low testosterone, bone density. Haven't researched women, but their body fat should be higher for biological reasons. I mean, yeah, if you reach like a low enough weight, like you won't get your period anymore. Like literally, like your reproductive system, your body will go into like dying mode. Like it will literally just like not it's like not functioning, right? But yeah, so obviously, being very underweight is unhealthy. But yeah, I don't think I'm working out intensely enough to reach that. Don't worry. I don't think I have the discipline to get so shredded that my body fat is too low. Um, Weak legs and cardio, necessarily inner thighs for me. I mean, if it's like overall legs, then it's probably like, it might just be like equally around, Um, you're healthy in body weight, body fat, with your 5 meal menu items from McDonald's. Your BMI says you're healthy. Nice. My BMI probably says I'm underweight, but I've kind of been that way like my whole life. I think also the BMI is not obviously the BMI is not accurate if you're like very muscular or anything. Like obviously that's not me, but I also think it's like a little bit inaccurate for different builds, because like I've always been this weight, or I've always been this size, and like um I'm not skinny to the point where like I mean, we talk about me being bony, but like literally I'm not skinny to the point where like all my bones are showing. And I think like just height and weight is not the right factor, because like for example, growing up, I had a childhood friend who was exactly the same height as me, but she was always like maybe like 20 pounds heavier than me, but she was thin. Like she was like a regular, maybe on the thinner side weight. And whenever she would lose weight, you could see her bones. Like she would look visibly unhealthy. Even if she was like 10, 15 pounds heavier than me. Because like I think people just have different frames, right? Like I might have a smaller frame. So like the amount of weight where you could like see all my bones is like lower, right, than other people. So I don't think it's necessarily like what am I trying to say? Like I don't think it's necessarily like the whole picture. I think people can have different healthy weights. I think if your weight is very consistent and you're not like restricting your diet or anything like that, it's probably fine. I have hollow bones. Oh no. Well, I've never broken a bone, so they must be strong. Right? Maybe they have some supports in there. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, obviously people can have different size frames. So I think it's just how it is. It's not necessarily the whole picture. On that note, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Enjoy the Malomart in the meantime. You guys can talk about your hollow bones or your BMI, whatever. BRB. Yeah, okay, I'm back. Your hollow and empty heart. You're getting closer to that Viego to being Viego, surely. That sounds like something he would say because he lost his wife or something. I can't remember. Or his wife died. It's something about something about it. Cannot remember. Yeah, he has some sort of backstory like that. Very, 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 very edgy, very emo, you know? um, you're pretty upset if your wife died. I think something happened. He was like trying to bring her back. Like, I can't really remember what it was. But yeah, it's pretty valid to be upset. But I think he went on like a murder rampage. I don't know what he did. Something like that. But anyway, no Viego here. But yeah, it looks like Zoe is definitely gonna win the Halloween costume poll. Um, she is 5 votes ahead. So if you haven't voted yet, make sure you go vote. Although it seems like she's gonna win. Sometimes I post a poll and I feel like I just know what's gonna win already. What poll? It's in the Discord. It's in the Discord. It's a poll for the Halloween costume, my Halloween costume, the collective one. You kind of fell into that on purpose. I actually didn't think that Zoe would win by like a huge margin. I thought it'd be kind of close, and I didn't expect so many people to pick Jinx. I'll just have to use my imagination for Miju's Skara cosplay. I know. I do want to be Wander. I think that'd be fun because I haven't been a boy yet. You know. Um, but I guess K-pop Demon Hunters is so popular that like I guess people would do it. I didn't even pick the main girl. I didn't even pick Rumi. What were the poll options? Paimon, Wanderer, Jinx, Caitlyn, and Zoe. Do you think Zoe would win over Tifa? No. No way. Don't come on. Don't be ridiculous. I was actually very surprised when someone actually posted on the Discord. Josh posted. He said, "I want 2B," and actually 2B was part of the poll 2 years ago. 2B years and okay. And I was expecting her to win with like a blowout win, you know. But like Nimona actually won. Although people changed the poll after it was decided. But yeah, Nimona actually won by like a little bit from Pokemon. I guess there's a lot more Pokemon fans than weebs. Jinx is cool, but it's cosplayed so much. It is. But I wanted some options that weren't just Genshin, you know? So I was like, oh, because like I have like Caitlyn in there, I'll put Jinx in there, because I'm not gonna be Vi. I think Jinx is cute. I like her a lot more, especially after season 2. Honestly, you love Zoe, but you wanted the hat. I know that was the thing I was thinking too, because like Wander and Caitlyn, you could use the hat for the redemption after. I don't know if people were like considering this when voting. I mean, Ricky was, and I know Chikana was, but I was like, the Wanderer hat would be a pretty epic hat redeem after the fact. Stellar Blade cosplay. Isn't that the game where like the guy who made it was like such a big creep? Like, yeah. I don't think I want to be that. I think that's a little gross for me. But yeah, it's I mean, there's some Genshin characters. Like, okay, for me, I'm not like that modest of a person. Like, I'm not like, oh, like if the outfit is too revealing. But like when when the character is like designed in like a really like creepy male gazy way, like I'm not a big fan of that. Stellar Blade is too funny. All the women are super sexy, and then the first guy that shows up is in like a huge winter jacket. He's like like neck to ankle like winter jacket. That's a bit like over. And like the comments that the creator made is like so gross. Like, come on. I don't know why that game exists. But yeah, no Stellar Blade cosplay here. Um, Like I think they can look good while like you can like characters don't necessarily have to be like super covered up to be like good, well designed and stuff, you know? But sometimes they're designed in a way that's like the only purpose of the design is not even like to convey the the backstory or like the type of character they are. It's just like literally to show off like their body, you know, like it's like literally that's like the whole outfit, even at the detriment of the outfit looking good, is designed to show off that character's body, you know, like and that's where I'm like I don't like that because I'm like you can look good, you can have an outfit that's well designed, and also like and also be sexy. Like it's they're not mutually exclusive. You're just lazy, you know. And welcome in, Ron. How are you? You've never played it? The guy who made the guy who made it. He's like a omega incel creep. We didn't program in these jiggle physics to not use them. That's true. They spent way too much time on the jiggle physics, which is sometimes true. Sometimes very true. Genshin has they've been working hard on the jiggle physics. They added jiggle physics to the thighs. We didn't have that before. They've reached a whole different level of jiggle physics. But yeah, it's a bit not a huge fan of that, you know. You're doing good. I'm glad to hear that. So am I. Yeah, it's yeah, I think I don't know. I feel like especially I have to consider like if I'm streaming, I don't want people to like as much as I'm not opposed to like I don't think women should have to obviously I don't think women should have to like cover up or like not wear sexy things or not wear revealing things. But like firstly for me, like I think I would lose my patience real fast if I wore like a revealing costume. I think after like 20 minutes of streaming, I would lose my patience. You know, like I think I would go off, you know, which I maybe is fine, but I think I would not have an enjoyable experience, you know. I think even when I stream in normal clothes, I get like there's already I keep getting DMs. Like people keep sending me very strange DMs recently. I don't know. There's like an influx of people recently. But yeah, it's I already get enough, and like I feel like wearing something wearing something like that would just make it worse. I'm like, don't want to deal with it. Like I already deal with enough garbage in my all the time, you know. So I think I gotta keep that in mind as well. And same in the same vein, I don't want to wear an anime cosplay aside from Genshin. Genshin I've made terms with. But yeah, I don't want to wear an anime cosplay because like there'll be so many weebs coming in. People will come in and be like, "Hello, Miju-chan, you look so kawaii today." And I'm like, okay, I'll lose my patience very quickly with that too, you know? Like it's like this is for my own sanity. If I show up dressed like don't even know any characters, if I dress like some anime girl, like if I dress like Hatsune Miku, okay, it's gonna be a whole thing. Let them speak English. Oh, I hate it, man. And the Google Translate Japanese, oh, it gets me. But yeah, it does happen sometimes. The baby metal. You saw okay. Ratzi legitimately asked me for a baby metal cosplay, and what I found out, they did a demographics survey of the baby metal fans, and it was 95% men, and mainly men over 50. Or no, it was something like it was like 40 or 50. It was like a lot older as well. I did not know that, but yeah, 95% men is a crazy stat. All the Maya users come out of the woodwork. Oh no. They will all be here. I guess yeah, it could happen. And both the Maya and the Maya-chan users. I could see it now. What's Maya? Who knows? Who is that? And welcome in, Boom. How are you? Yeah, it's that does happen. Speaking of we were talking about like how you can tell if someone's a girl by the way they type. That's usually my metric as well. Like if someone comes in and they're like, "OMG, girl, you look so cute," and then they're like put like whatever emote or whatever. I'm like, okay, that's probably a girl. That's fine. That's fine. Like I feel like I mean, if a guy is saying that, then I it doesn't that I guess it doesn't seem like it, you know. But yeah, that's usually how I judge things as well, and I think it does work you can sometimes you can generally tell. But yeah, it's a fine. But one of these days, I'm worried that it's actually not a girl, you know. Someone comes in, it's like some random man, and they're like, some random man comes in, they're just like, OMG, girl, you look so, like a straight man, a random straight man comes in, and they're like, oh, wow, you look so, uh, you're so pretty, like whatever, and I let that slide because I think it's a girl, but it's not, you know, and they just keep going with it. That could happen. Kimmy hates all of hip people emo, really? I don't know. I was never that into like Pepe and stuff like that before I started streaming, and now that I feel like a lot of them are just part of my vocabulary. You know, like I feel not my vocabulary, but like I just use them all the time. You know, it is an ugly frog. She's not wrong. OMG, girly pop, you look so exactly, exactly. What if someone comes in and they say that, and they're actually just like a straight man, you know, and they're just hitting on me, and I accept the compliment, thinking it's a girl, you know? It could happen. And then later down the line, they send me a DM, you know, like I'm like, oh, I screwed up, I screwed up, but I'm willing to take that risk. Some people think Pepe is right. I mean, that was like a thing like a long time ago, right? They were trying to like, the white supremacists were trying to like steal Pepe. I'm like, do not take Pepe from us. Do not take it from us. We will take it back. That you cannot desecrate Pepe's name. Okay. Um, yeah. For a while, like I think a lot of people were banning. Like I think it's up to them whether they feel comfortable with that. Like obviously, you can have whatever emotes you want in your chat. But for me, as long as they're not using it in a racist way, then it's probably fine. I don't think many racists are watching my stream. So I think I'm fine. Maybe they're hate watching the stream. Who knows? But you can usually tell when someone is you can usually tell when someone's like borderline a little misogynist, or you know, like sometimes you get that vibe, you know, like you're like, oh, this person's a little and welcome in, Dragon. Hope you're doing well. I think there was a person the other day who was like going down a path of like I can't remember what it was. It was like I can't remember what it was. I don't even think I banned them. I think they just like I think I just like warned them, and then I was like, hey, like chill with those stuff, and then they just left. But yeah, sometimes people are like saying stuff that are like very going down the line of like the what do they call it? The evolutionary biology or whatever. Where like, oh, women are evolved to be submissive. You know, like those guys. Like sometimes it's like going down that path, and you're like, okay. What kind of Asian are you? That's always like it's always like a weird question. And also it says on my Twitch page. They could just read it. Um and I feel like an Asian person would never ask that, you know? Like I think for me, I just usually would just guess. I'll be like usually cuz like we can tell. But like people will be like, "Oh, like if I just ask someone like, "Oh, are you Chinese?" and then they're like, "Oh no, I'm Korean" or something, you know. I think that's usually how people would ask. But yeah, sometimes people will ask like, um, And sometimes I'm like, "Oh, I don't know where this is going. Sometimes people are asking just because they're just, because they're curious or like, oh, where are you from, whatever. Um, but yeah, it's sometimes sometimes it's like, hmm. You just got back from an anime convention. I hope you had a fun time. I hope it wasn't too stinky. Can we have a report on how stinky it was? I'm always curious because I'm too scared of waves to attend an anime convention, but um, I want to know if it's stinky. I'm sure you had a great time. You got to meet Colin Venus VA. What? That's crazy. That's all. Wait, that sounds really cool. I haven't met Columbina in game yet, but we have heard her kind of a little bit in the Fatui Harbingers trailer. So I cannot wait to get her in the game and to meet her in the game. I'm gonna do the Archon quest I think this week. But yeah, that's awesome. A lot of the Genshin VAs are so good. Yeah, so there's a lot of interesting there's a lot of chat messages that raise certain flags. It's like, not gonna ban you quite yet, but it's like I have my eye on you. There's some Honkaids and some Zero VAs as well. I mean, I'm sure it was packed full of VAs, so that's really exciting. I'm glad you had a great time. And welcome in, Big. How are you? Yes. I mean, we all hang out on stream, right? We know what kind of chatters come through. There's a whole variety. Whenever my dad comes to give me advice, he starts with "Son, women are." Oh no! What does he say? I'm guessing with that emo, it's not good. He's not like women are great. Women are so cool. You're so I love the hair. Thank you, thank you. I finally my hair is finally long enough to tie it like this now. It was it was getting there for a while. I kept trying it and it kept not working. But I'm glad you're swell. Yeah, but I mean, I obviously don't get stuff like that, but my grandma's really weird sometimes. Like, my grandma will straight up be like, I'll like be helping her clean the dishes, and she's like, oh, that's great that you learn how to do the dishes. You're gonna make such a great wife. I'm like, oh my god. She says that. Don't make me be this. Okay, I won't. I won't. But my grandma is like that as well. She's like, oh, you gotta learn how to clean so you can find a husband. She's very much still stuck in the past. I'm like, grandma, it's not like that anymore. But she does not understand. And welcome in, Teddy. You look like Tama for One Piece. I don't know who that is. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Is Tama one of the little reindeers? I hope not. Although, I'd be okay with that actually. I'd be okay with that. Should I look it up? Tama One Piece. Search it, you'll be surprised. I've never seen this girl in my life. Do I look like her? How similar? Do we? I don't see it, man. I don't see it at all. I don't have purple hair. Clicked on just to say that. Thank you. Thank you. Should have broke your grandma's heart by telling her no thanks. I'll just turn on the dishwasher, hire a maid. True. I should tell her we have dishwashers here. She knows that we have dishwashers. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, and then she also says she says that everything will make me infertile. Like, I'll be sitting in front of the heater and she'll be like, don't sit in front of the heater, you'll be infertile. And I'm like, what do you mean? And then I'll be like, what, microwaving something? I'll stand in front of the microwave. She's like, don't stand in front of the microwave, you'll become infertile. And I'm like, damn, it's tough out here. Like, it's a miracle that anyone is having children these days. If it's so easy to become infertile. Like, it is it's very interesting. Yeah, it's I think she kind of slowed down with those comments, but that's very much a old person thing, you know. Sometimes you get sometimes it's like at a certain point you just stop like um at a certain point you just stop like trying to trying to like correct them, you know. You're just like whatever. Sitting with the hot laptop in your lap will actually temporarily make you less fertile. Damn. Well, at least it's temporary. A very effective method of birth control. Only for male. Oh, okay, only for males. Okay, guys, try it at home. No, I'm kidding. Don't do it. That is not an effective method of birth control. You heard it here. And welcome in, Prophet. Hope you're doing well today. You're telling me my grandmother always asks me, it's annoying. Like, asks you, when are you getting married? My grandpa will just skip the pretense. He'll be like, when can I meet your boyfriend? Like, even if I'm not dating anyone, you know, he'll just say that. I don't know if he like thinks he just like misremembered or something like that because he's old, or if he's just trying to like manifest it, or like he thinks I'm hiding one. Like, yeah, I don't know. He always just does that. Yes, and about kids, but like not how. I mean, that's like constant. Like, where are my great grandkids? You're like, chill. Like, literally from the time I was like 22. Like, there's like, when are you getting married? I'm like, grandpa, like I'm still in school. Like, chill. Yeah, so that's very much a grandparent thing, you know. But I get a little bit annoyed from my grandpa because he's like, oh, I can't wait till you finally get married. Like, that's gonna be like the highlight of my life. Like, you'll finally made it. I'm like, I don't think like getting married is like my whole purpose. You know, I'm like, grandpa, I have like a really good job. Like, I'm doing well. Like, I'm self-sufficient. Like, you know, I'm independent. You know, so it's like, I'm like, and then I've told him that once, and he was like, oh yeah, you're right. And then he immediately forgot like the next day. Like in once I tell him, I'm like, grandpa, like I'm successful in other ways. Like, it's not like I might get married. I'll probably get married eventually, but like there's other accomplishments in life. And he's like, oh yeah, you're right. Your sister's husband family are the types to go, so are you planning on having kids? Because they all have kids. At least they ask. At least they don't say like, when are you having kids? You know, because like they could sometimes they don't even ask like, are you planning on it? But yeah, some people like I think for a lot of people it's like getting married, having kids is like, it's just like, it's not even like a question. It's just like what people do, right? It's just like, oh, like everyone does that. Like everyone gets married and has kids, right? So like so then when you like say you don't want, like if you ever say like, oh, I don't want to, like they like won't be able to like comprehend that, which is I've heard very, very frustrating. Luckily, like my more like immediate family are like, yeah, take your time. Like everyone's like, I think it's like, yeah, I think my immediate family, like not my grandparents, but like literally everyone else is like, oh yeah, like just don't have kids till you're 30. Like enjoy your life, you know. So I think it's luckily everyone's like, no one's pressuring me right now. No one's like, the clock is ticking. I'm sure some people's families are like that. Is this true for guys as well? Oh yeah, I've heard, and it's definitely in like, it's definitely or cultural or like your family or whatever. It just kind of depends. But yeah, so honestly, I think it's like, obviously not everyone wants or needs to have kids, you know? Like I think um I think you should this should be really common sense, but it's not. Like I feel like you shouldn't have a kid unless you really want a kid. Like there's so much work and like it's such a big responsibility. And like, so like you shouldn't have one unless you really want one, you know, right? Like it's not like you should have a reason not to have kids. You should have a reason to have kids, right? Like, do you really want people having kids who like don't want kids, but they think that's what they should do in life, you know? Like, do you really want those people to being parents? Like, no, right? And for some people, they just like want to do other stuff, you know? Like maybe you just want to travel a lot. Maybe you have a really fulfilling career, you know, and there's no time in your life for kids. Like that's fine. Or maybe it's like you can't afford kids, you know, like you also should not have kids if you can't afford them, you know? Where it's like some people are like, "Oh, we'll just make it work." It's like, "No." Like wouldn't you want your kids to, you know, have their needs provided for, you know, and not be like struggling. As of now, you don't intend on having kids. Yeah, fair enough. Having kids before you accomplish or try whatever you want to do in life won't make them or nor you any favor. Exactly, right? Like obviously, obviously, like barring any like accidents, but like planning on having kids, like, yeah, you should get your life set up first. Do the things you want to do because a lot of things get a lot harder. Like, not to say you can't do stuff after you have kids, but like obviously it's a lot easy. A lot of things are a lot easier before you have like this huge responsibility, right? You go. Have a good day. Okay, okay. Enjoy the rest of your day without children. Take care, babe. Good to see you. Yeah, it's definitely very. It's very interesting. But I think these days it's getting more and more common for people to not have kids. Mostly, probably a lot because it's expensive. Um, and then yeah, and then people just like I think people just like are breaking traditions and stuff, which is I think is good. I think it's good. I really hate traditions. I want all the traditions to be broken. Like, you know, like why I think more in heterosexual couples, I think more men should take the woman's last name. I feel like we got to even things out, you know? Like why are we not evening things out? How can I go buy 2 suitcases worth of anime figurines in Akihabara if I have kids? Yeah, you gotta put the baby, like, go put, like, the diapers in there. There's no space for Hatsune Miku, you know? Priorities. Um, Miju is the ultimate postmodernist. I think I am. I think I am. I really hate traditional stuff. Like, when I think about, like, there's so many things in weddings that are like, why? Like, you're like, why does this exist, you know? Um, I'll just do I'll just do the opposite of everything, I guess. Yeah, I think yeah, I just am very opposed to this stuff. Like there's a lot of things where it's just like a given in society and you're like, but why? It's like or it's like a lot of times they're very like rooted in patriarchy, obviously. Here in Brazil, people get their mom's last name as the first one. Nice, nice. Or you get 2 last names? Is that what you mean? I feel like hyphenating can work, but sometimes it's like too long, or sometimes they just don't go together, you know? I mean, pro tip, you should just marry. I mean, if you have a very common last name, you might not have to change your last name at all, you know? Don't they generally use the second one? Oh, do they? I have no idea. But yeah, I think that all needs to be like I feel like there's you should just decide as a couple whose last name is cooler. Like you're like whose last name do you want? Like you're like okay, you like lay out your reasons. You're like oh I want to keep my last name because it's part of my heritage. But then it's like also I guess people don't expect men to have taken the woman's last name, so it might be kind of like weird at some points, right? In Brazil, you're not sure. You'll have to see. I mean, time to pop out a kid. um, I don't know. I feel like having 2 last names is a normal thing in Latin America. I mean, that sounds cool. I mean, I guess it's a lot of names to write, but I mean, at least it's fair. You guys can keep both. Um, but then, okay, wait. But if everyone has 2 last names, so wait, how does this work? Okay, so let's say Ricky has 2 last names, okay? Kimmy has 2 last names. Their child, they don't have 4 names, right? Like which one gets passed down? Otherwise, it would just like be start multiplying, right? You can also have the same surname twice. Why? We'll have my first and her. Oh, okay. So then it's a mother's last name getting passed down. Mom's last name goes to history, and then your mom's last name will get passed down to your grandchildren. Huh. Interesting. Okay. That that's female empowerment right there. I don't know how common it is, but here in Australia, you're sister-in-law and you're married female. You're married friends. You're married friends. I was so confused. Your married friends did two last names. I see. That's cool. That's cool. Sometimes people hyphenate. Sofia Vergara is actually named Sofia Vergara. Vergara. Really? Why don't you just why don't you just combine them? You RNG combination of that sounds like a disaster. Like, that sounds like you would end up with some really questionable last names, right? It would just start being like a mishmash. Like, it would just be like letters. You'd be like, how the hell do you pronounce this? After like 4 generations, it's just like every letter. Maybe it could work. In Latin America, each person keeps their last name in the marriage, but kids get the father's last name first and the mother's last name second. Ricky just said it was the opposite. Maybe it varies from place to place. Maybe it's different. Kids have their father's last name first and mother's last name second. And then their kid will have then their kids will have their first dad's last name and their first mom's last name. It's so confusing. Brazil goes opposite. I see. And welcome in, Susu. English only in chat, please. Brazil. Yeah, Brazil just wants to be a contrarian, I guess. I see. Okay, interesting. This sounds very. I guess it makes sense, like, in practice, but like hearing it written out, I'm like, now I'm confused. But yeah, that would be good. English only, Susu. But yeah, it's I don't speak Korean. I don't know. I do want to keep my last name because I think like I want a Japanese last name. So I think I just want to keep mine. I've considered changing it to my mom's maiden name because most of my family in Japan uses that, but I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. You look like you want to know a twice fact. Fine, Ratsu. You're listening to Soda Pop. Nice. It's a good one. It's very catchy. Not Korean. I'm Japanese. Brazil is the only one that doesn't speak Spanish, so I think they're different. Yeah, I guess so. They just want to be different. Yeah, I guess they just a lot of things are different. But yeah, we had a very nice philosophical discussion on marriage, and I feel like we've had this conversation a lot though. I feel like a lot of times we talk about like getting married, having kids, or whatever. Like I guess it's a topic that we can all relate to, you know. Japanese a little bit, nice. I know Korean a little bit, but not a lot. I know Korean at like a baby level. You want a lot of your second last name as the first one because I think the first one is just your middle name and international call. Yeah, that must be really confusing. Like with the whole like passport shenanigans, like I feel like that would just be like I feel like they would mess it up a lot. In Japan, do couples keep their last names when they marry? No, they take the man's last name, or the woman takes the man's last name. And then like there's a lot of things that are passed down. Like there's a lot of things that are like, oh, the family stuff, right? Like for example, the family grave. And a lot of times the woman just becomes part of the man's family. Um, Actually, there are three more South American countries that don't speak Spanish. Can you name them? Guyana, Suriname, and French Guinea. Damn. Damn, your geography. Oh yeah, I forgot. Ricky was into geography. It's impressive. Jill was a trainee for 10 years. She was. That's why she's so talented. And she has a sister that's 11 years young. Really? I didn't know about her sister. But yeah, I did know she was a trainee for 10 years. She trained very hard, and she's very skilled. Second best dancer in Twice and best vocalist in Twice. They trained her well, you know? Yeah, she had a very, very long training period. That's thank you for the fact. We will archive and cherish it. We are Draconian's so happy about this fact. But Draconian's favorite, Wendy, had a new album. I was listening to it a little bit. But I haven't fully listened to everything because Jade from Little Mix also released her first album, so I was excited about that. And then there was a new Polyphia song for 2XKO, and then there was also Chaeyoung from Twice, which we get Twice, just released her first. She just released her debut as well. So there's actually a lot of stuff. I haven't listened to all of them though. I'm getting there. She left to train. Her parents were like, "Man, I want a second kid at home." There's more. Yeah, there's. I thought the geo fact was done. We already got 2 geo facts. Now we get a third one. I guess this is more the context for the second fact. Marwa just released an album, and it might be album of the year. Oh, okay. That's good. I haven't finished listening to Jade's album though. What if Jade's album is album of the year? Hang on, the guy I'm playing it's in against an NHL is named Jack in the Box. Am I playing Jack? I don't think so. I think he's just playing franchise mode. I think that's the. There's only one Jack in the world. Yeah. Just that one guy. We were talking about someone. We were making up a name yesterday, right? It was Jack something. I cannot remember now. Yeah, there's only one. So I mean, he does play NHL, so it might be. I don't think he plays online though. Cause like, man, the online stuff is so expensive now. You don't want to get into that. We've been playing another playthrough of Baldur's Gate recently as well. How do you connect to the Quebec server from England? Who knows? I don't think, yeah, I think if you're on the Quebec server, it's probably not. It was like, it was Jock something, the geographer. That's what it was. Now that you mentioned Quebec. That must be what it was. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm doing another playthrough of Baldur's Gate, and then I was like, I want to play a bard, and then so Jack keeps getting like, he keeps saying like, stop playing bard. Like, can you not be like a one trick? Like, please stop playing bard. We need a DPS. We need a tank. Like, do not play. So I've switched. I'm now playing a druid. And it's kind of fun. You can transform. I finally got the owl bear transformation, so I can do that now. But my spells kind of suck. Like, I was like, okay, you put down a concentration spell, and then you transform into the owl bear. But then I can't move the moonbeam after I transform. I'm like, that's so stupid. I don't have a good spell. And then I learned a level 4 spell, and then it didn't go on my little wheel for the controller, so I wasn't using it the whole time. I didn't know I had it. What's the subclass? I'm asking the same question as the code. You must be a pro. You actually are a pro, yeah. What's a subclass? I don't know. Moon? I think it might be Moon Druid. I'm making this gesture because I'm not sure. I'm back. Give your Canadian joke book. Are you ready? No. Can you at least just tell them to Angel? If Angel shows up, you can tell them to Angel. I cannot. I need a buffer. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing in Baldur's Gate. And then I'm playing Shadowheart as a life cleric, and then I'm like, why don't I do damage? And it's like, yeah, you're playing a healer. Like why that's why you're not doing damage. But I want some more damage. I don't have any I want an AoE spell. I want fireball. And I'm like, why doesn't she have fireball? Moon Druid is busted. I mean, the owlbear is quite strong. One claw hit does 15 damage. And I thought that was pretty good. And you can even like jump on people or whatever. But I keep using the roar thingy and scaring Shadowheart. Poor Shadowheart. But I'm like, why does she get scared? She knows it's me, right? Like, surely she knows it's me. Why is she scared of me? Shadowheart does Dhamma. Hey, What are you saying? What are you saying? But yeah, I'm trying. I play a healer and I'm like, why am I not doing damage? Oh, I should really do everything. You take the Tavern Brawler feat. I took the War Caster feat, where you don't get interrupted with concentration or whatever. Means you will never be fluent in Ratsy. What is Ratsy saying? Oh, damage. Oh, yeah. Ratsy speak is harder than Cockney rhyming slang. She could be scared because she knows it's you. Oh no, she's scared of me. Poor Shadowheart. And welcome in Gemini. Hope you're doing well today. Warcaster is suboptimal for maybe I'm not a moon druid. I'll confirm this later, okay? I'm not sure what I am. I just did what Jack said was good. Maybe he's lying. And I'm just like throwing for the team, you know? But yeah, it's just I'm trying to figure stuff out. When you need to sneak past people, can you just be an animal and walk by? I mean, I'm not very sneaky. I'm like a massive owl bear. You know? I don't think it's very. Maybe you could be like a. They somehow know you're an enemy cat. No. How do they know? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I don't know. But sometimes you can't just talk to. You can't talk to people when you're. The thing that's really annoying is like, so in the game you can like transform into a. So I'm playing a character that can transform into an animal, right? So like when you want to equip stuff to your character, you get like a new pair of shoes, and you're like, you can't put it on because you're a cat. Cats can't wear shoes, and I'm like, it's so annoying. You just have to remember to do it later, you know? I'm just like that's one thing that's like really annoying to me. Cause I'm like, why can't you just equip it, and then like, or at least be like, oh, you're gonna put it on after, you know? Because, like, technically, my character is still wearing that stuff, right? You did your first honor mode as a moon druid, and then not being able to talk does get annoying. Yeah, they're like... but sometimes they'll just, like, transform you back. I don't know. But I think it just depends. Just stay in cat form, they don't need the... No, they do need the boots, because, like, you're still technically wearing all your other armor, right? It's still, like, you still get the bonuses and stuff from it, I'm pretty sure. But, like, yeah, I don't know. Why do they do it like that? Cats don't wear boots? What about the one from Shrek, Ratsy? Checkmate. I think it transforms you back for, like, obligatory dialogue. Yeah, that makes sense. You'll get bonuses from armor and Welsh. Oh. Okay, never mind. I take that back. It was correct then. I just want to be able to, like, queue up, like, wearing the stuff, because I always forget. I just do it later. Puss in Boots is different? That could be me, though. You don't know. I could be different, too. I could be... technically, I'm a sentient. Yes, a hat. Yeah, I want to put a cat... I want to put a hat on my cat. What's wrong with that? I wish they could have little pet armors, you know? I would love that. Okay, fine. But if you don't, if you actually don't get the bonuses when you're wild shape, then I'll just accept it. I'll accept it. I don't mind. That's that's kind of all I've been playing. I know I know Silk Song has come out, but I don't think I'm a Silk Song gamer. I think I don't think I'm if anything, I haven't made it past the tutorial of Hollow Knight. I'll just live vicariously through others. For starters, you're a Dr. Seuss? No. Me trying to bring cosmetic microtransactions into Baldur's Gate? Yeah, where's my horse armor? They nerfed most of Silk Song. Did they nerf it? Silk Song getting better and better. I'm glad. I'm glad. Wait, did they reduce the damage? That would be. I mean, I saw a lot of people complaining about it. Because like, I think it's a bit silly if like a random mob takes like 1/4 of your damage every time. It's like, I would be so annoyed by that. Because like for me, I love the bosses. Hate the random little guys. It's the same way in Elden Ring. Like I don't like the platforming and I don't like the little guys. Especially those flies. Oh my god, the flies are so annoying. And if every time the fly hit me, it took 2 masks of damage, I think I would lose my mind. I think I would never make it past where I am, you know? Um, there's a Hollow Live tutorial. You stay away from those. You're awful at platformers. Hollow Knight would take me 1,000 hours. I literally struggled. There's like there's the first room of the game. There's like a big platform, and then there's a tiny little platform, and then there's another big platform. I cannot get into the tiny platform. So annoying. I like jump, and then I'm like moving to the side. I'm like trying to land. I cannot do it. I mean, you guys watch me play Mario 3D World. I played Mario 3D World and I kept a death counter. I died like 300 times. It's Mario 3D World. The game was not that long. How did I die 300 times? I don't get it. And I remember Jack played it as well, and he counted his deaths as well, and he died 7 times or like 10 times or something like that. I was like, how did I die 200 times? I literally cannot, like any 2D platforming. I cannot. I cannot. I think I would never make it through Celeste. It's feeling easier the more you advance, but I think it's just getting used to the mechanics. Won't say it's much easier than whatever it was before. The game is still way harder than Hollow Knight. That's what I worry about in terms of like I wonder how much they play tested it, right? Because like obviously they're a very small development studio. They can afford playtesting, so I'm hoping they did. Because the one thing I would be worried about is like if they were the ones playtesting it, but they play the game so much that they get better and better and better at it, and it becomes like less accessible to like the average gamer. Stardew is more Michi's game, and I'm good at Stardew. Just skipped over the joke there. Was it from the joke book? What was the joke? I don't understand the joke. The Dr. Seuss joke, I read it. That'd be a joke like, why did the otter cross the road? To get to the otter side. That's a terrible joke. That's a terrible joke. Yeah, I don't even think Angel would approve of that one. Hollow Knight kind of sounds like Hollow. I guess so. I guess so. I guess if you can't spell Hollow Knight, then yeah, we could make that association. How you pronounce it? That's true. That's true. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, there's some games where like I really appreciate them, like Hollow Knight. I really like the game, and I think the game is really done well. And but like I'm like I don't think I could ever play it, you know. And the same with Hades. Like I love Hades, but like I cannot play it. Maybe Hollow Life is just for people with Ricky. Don't try and join in. It didn't land. Let's move on. You're telling me you didn't like the otter. The otter joke was not good. Is anyone in chat gonna back up this joke? The otter side. There's no way. No one gotta support fellow bad joke. No, no, they're multiplying. Not a. I don't think that was a good one because it reused the word otter. You know, for the hollow live joke to the otter joke. There you go, Ricky. That's a win for you right there. Yeah, it's a it's the third one. The other joke, like other joke. Ratzi, stop trying to make the otter joke happen. It wasn't funny the first time. It's not funny the second time. I'm telling you. It's I haven't actually like seen most of Hollow Knight. I guess it's not really a game that you just like watch through. Like I don't know. Like I feel like it's not the kind of game that you just like watch someone play unless you're like played it yourself, you know? I feel like most of the enjoyment comes from the gameplay itself. But I have seen like the Colosseum and the Path of Pain and stuff like that. I would obviously never be able to get through Path of Pain, or whatever it's called, something like that. So I wonder if there's something. I wonder if there's something similar in Hollow Knight 2. There must be, right? Or in Silk Song, sorry. Me with calling Tears of the Kingdom Breath of the Wild 2. Speaking of games, actually, yeah, they just stream me Silk Song because one of your friends didn't want to play it, but watch everything of it. Damn, okay. I guess for some reason, I just never really considered watching it. Discord screen, I know, don't worry. I know it's not Twitch streaming. Otherwise, we would all pile onto you and be like, Rick, you stream without telling us? And welcome in, Shang. You wanna see me play a horror game? I have played a horror game a few times. You can watch the VODs. I'm gonna play, in October, I'm gonna play Resident Evil 4. It's not much of a horror game, though. I don't think Resident Evil 4 is that scary. But I have played Alien Isolation on stream, and it was my very first horror game ever, so it was an experience. Last time Ratzi got confused, yeah. Silent Hill. Silent Hill's cool. Yeah, Silent Hill's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna play Resident Evil for the October spooky month, but yeah, other than that, it's not many horror games here. It's not that interesting watching Miji play horror. She's not a scaredy cat. Thank you. That's actually a nice thing. Yeah, I don't get that scared. I was a bit scared during Alien. I think specifically the Hive level was actually quite scary. But like 90% of the time I do not get jump scared. Once in a while I do get jump scared. There's definitely some clips of that, but I don't jump super easily, I think. But usually when I was playing FNAF, like there's a lot of jump scares in FNAF, but like I can see it coming. Like usually like if I mess up, I know I messed up and I know there's a jump scare coming. So I think that's generally why I don't get jump scared. The first and only horror game you played was Visage. Isn't that one quite scary? Isn't Miji scared of spider? Okay, there's a spider game or horror game with just spiders. That's terrifying. Honestly, scarier than FNAF is Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword is so scary. The scariest horror game I played is Fatal Frame. Oh yeah, the one where you like take the picture. That is cool. That's cool. That's a cool concept. I haven't played it myself. I don't play that many horror games. Because usually they're like quite dark. And I don't really like that. But I really enjoyed Alien Isolation. They're making a sequel, so when that comes out in like 5 years, I'll stream it. I think it's gonna be a while though, because they only just announced that they started working on it. One time as Phasma, I was locked in the house with a ghost. I don't find Phasma that scary, but I think it's just because like when you play with friends, like everyone's just messing around, so it's like it's not that scary. But yeah, for me, I've watched a fair amount of horror games. The scariest one I've watched is still Outlast. Outlast is so scary. Outlast is so well done. Did not like the second one though. Outlast 2 is gross. They locked you in the house to scare you. I guess it worked. But yeah, if it was like a VR game with just spiders, I think I'd be terrified. Madison is pretty gnarly. Oh yeah, I think you talked about that before, right? That one does sound. A lot of those indie games are quite scary. And that's in VR, right? That's a. I don't think I could ever play a VR horror game. That'd be way too scary. I can't even play Half-Life in VR, and Half-Life is not a horror game. I just get freaked out. I'm like in the level where like I know there's a guy. I can't remember his name, like Brian or something, and he like chases you. And I'm like, I cannot. I'm too scared. Even just like a creepy abandoned building, there's no one in there. I'm just like, it's so scary. Can't wait to actually use your phone on Tuesday. Just a few more days. Just a few more days. I think there's this one horror game that monitors your webcam to check if you're looking at the screen. Wait, so you're supposed to look or not look? I know there's that horror game back in the day that where it checks your mic, right? The welcome to the game, but then they made a second game, and the second game was really bad. But then they started like crashing out on Twitter because like Markiplier didn't like the game. Very like fairly, the game was not good. And he started being really mad at him on Twitter. Like, and he was like, "You just don't understand the game. You're just playing it wrong. Like, you just suck at the game. Get good." Like, he just started like crashing out on Twitter. I was like, "Hey, bro, like, get over yourself. You made a really bad game. Like, it was not incomprehensible." You're not supposed to look to emulate hiding from the creature. Oh, like the weeping angel or whatever, that kind of thing, right? That's a bit scary. That's a cool concept. There's a Quiet Place game that uses the mic. Yeah, I feel like that wouldn't work for me. I'm you guys know I yap too much. They would get me. Yeah, I think Alien was really well done. It was just like a fun time through and through. And yeah, I mean I played FNAF, and then I played FNAF Security Breach, and you guys know how I feel about FNAF Security Breach. Another terrible game. And yeah, I think that was. Oh, we played Until. It's not really a scare. It's not really a horror game. Played Until Dawn. It's fun. It's basically like a campy slasher. I know they made a movie, and apparently the movie was not good. Which sucks. Too bad they couldn't get the original cast. Imagine Rami Malek comes back in Until Dawn the movie, and who else was in it? I can't remember now. Oh, Jordan Fisher was in it. Me just trying to hide from the killer would be comedic with the mic. Yeah, that wouldn't work. See, the MC from the Quiet Place game is cooked. All I see the things she's dealing with in the trailers. Oh no. We can play the Corey. Was the Corey good? Cause like Until Dawn was like lightning in a bottle, right? It was like silly. It was fun. It was great. And then I watched a few of the games after that, like the Dark Picture Anthology. I watched the one with like the what's his face, that actor, on the boat, and like that one was not good. And then there was one where they were in like an abandoned town, and that one was not good. So then when the Corey came out, I was like, I didn't even bother watching it because like the other ones were not good. When's community stream, by the way? I don't have one planned. What are we gonna play? We did one a little while ago. You want to DNF and more marbles is fun. The Corey is actually good. Really? Okay. I mean, I do like those games. I was just very disappointed by the sequels to Until Dawn. Like, I feel like Until Dawn was good, and the games after that were not good. But if they stepped it back up with the Corey, then yeah, that would be fun. Not fun when you DNF 5 straight races. It's just a skill issue, Ratsy. You just gotta get good. As the welcome to the game guy says. But yeah, it's there's a lot of fun. I mean, I do want to do a we're gonna do a Halloween stream, of course. Maybe it seems like Zoe from K-pop Demon Hunters is winning the costume poll. So if we do Zoe, then maybe we could do a karaoke stream. Because like, she's a demon hunter and she sings. I guess she's a rapper, but like, you know what I mean. So maybe that would go together. And then I don't know when we'll do like community games and stuff like that. We'll have to see. A streamer watched the Grand Prix Marbles, where if you win, you get banned for 24 hours. If you lose, you get VIP for 24. Is is that you? So you want to get banned? You won once? Oh no. I haven't voted for the second and third place vote. I know the the costume polls are brutal, you know? Um we'll have to see what's gonna win. Can Miju do that? Ban the first place winner? I mean, you'll always be safe, Ratsu. You're never gonna win. So maybe that'll be good for you. I don't know. I don't like banning people, you know? Maybe like I could see like a timeout. Like a timeout maybe is fine. But I know like if you ban someone, their account can get flagged later on by Twitch, you know? You heard something about marbles. We're gonna gamba and marbles on Miju's stream. I do like marbles. We'll have to do it again sometime. But yeah, welcome in, Yuri. Um, Marble stream. Marble stream has no mods in like 10 games. What are you trying to say? Like the mods aren't playing? Is that what you're trying to say? Or you mean like the mods are getting banned because they're winning? I don't know. I have no idea. Your mods would win and all get banned. Oh, okay, I see. Possibly. I mean, I'm not gonna ban people. I'm not a big fan of like the channel point redemptions where you like time someone else out or stuff like that. Like I'm not a big fan of them. Maybe like I'm okay with the ones where it's like you can time yourself out because it's like you consent to that. Have fun, whatever. But like yeah, timing other people out, I feel like there's a if you're not careful with it, then someone could just be like someone who can do it like maliciously, you know? It's been a while. How have you been? It was Clara said in my head, why can't you just learn my reading powers? I'm working on it. Stop ban because streamer ain't gonna do it to you. Yeah, because you're like, I'm too good at following the rules. It just won't ban me. I mean, if you want to get banned, it would be pretty easy, you know? Like, you just have to, like, say something unhinged. If I time myself out, does that get me out of my contractual obligation to be here only for the duration of the timeout? You have to be back as soon as it ends, within a few minutes, you know? That's the rules. I don't make them. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom again. I'll be right back. Enjoy the Mallow Mart and being not banned. BRB. Okay, I'm back. Um, Malumar, the sound of freedom from K-pop. Of course, of course. Um, I want to provide a joking example from Unhinged to get banned, but it's not worth the risk. Yep. I think the first stream you heard, this was on a Skyward Sword stream. Rained. It has rained a lot since then. What? Is it a Spanish phrase? I think it might be. Yeah, it might be because I don't know what that means. Um, Let me look it up. Okay. You're watching the Dota International, and the pick spans is so boring because I don't know what any of the heroes do. Just assume that they're all racing to pick and ban the most meta heroes. Because like they're like, okay, we got to get first pick on this champion. If we don't get first pick, we got to ban it. You know, like it's like, I think that's what they do. The peace and quiet was. You're the one who likes K-pop, man. This is Yoon Jin. This is her new song. It's not that new, but like, it's the newest one. But yeah, I don't think I watch any esports these days. From you talking, you could just mute the stream if you want, but you're not doing it, you know? Can I song request some Katsa? It is in the playlist. It is in the playlist. We'll play it just for Ratsy. I have 2 Cat's Eye songs. I have Game Boy and Touch. I like Game Boy. That's true, but then I miss your K-pop. I'll mute at Cat's Eye. Perfect. We can finally talk about all the things behind Ratsy's back. Yeah, it's yeah. I don't think I watched that much esports. I feel like if it was like cheap to go to, MSI would have been fun. But like, yeah, it's probably really expensive and it's probably really hard to get tickets to. Although my Pilates instructor was at the Whitecaps game yesterday. She said, I'm going to the Whitecaps game. And apparently they won 7-0 or like 7-1 or something. And then it was Thomas Muller's birthday and he scored a hat trick. So like, and it was apparently like their biggest win or like by the most goals. So like, honestly, a 7-goal lead game sounds quite exciting. So I'm like, damn, I should have gone to that one, you know, instead of like the 1-0 game or whatever. You don't seem to find anything culturally related to the phrase. I just typed it, so I guess it auto-translated from a Spanish thing. It has rained a lot. It has passed a lot of time. I see. I mean, yeah, it's been a while since Skyward Sword, right? That was like, when did it come out? Was it 2020? I think it's 2021 because it was in the summer when I was streaming a lot. I think that was the time. And I played through the whole game and the dungeons sucked, except for the last one was okay. And then what else? I got raided by the WWE wrestler. That was fun. And yeah, I didn't like Skyward Sword that much. That's what I learned. I was like, man, Skyward Sword was pretty mediocre, and I don't like dungeons. I've confirmed this. I confirm this without a doubt. Cause like whenever I played the Divine Beast, didn't like the Divine Beast, but then the dungeons were even worse. They're so contrived. I'm like, and it's just like the solution to the puzzle is like so weird. It's like, come on. It's always like, oh, you get the item, and then you get the item, and then you use the item to solve every puzzle in the dungeon. It's like, okay, great. League World starts in a month. Oh, exciting. But my boy, the guy I was cheering for, Deft, he's gone. You suck at when you suck at both sports and esports. Oh no, I'm the same. Adam Cole, baby, yes. And welcome in, Babo. Hope you're doing well today. If BB fans are called Pookie and not this. Okay, 50-50 is what? 50-50. Okay, let me correct all the typos in my head. If BB fans are called Pookie and 50-50 has a Pookie song, what happens when BB and her fans turn 50? Because they'll be What are you? You're just saying nonsense, Matthew. You're in a K-pop delusion right now. You remember people sit finding egg on walls and Denise. Wait, what is egg on walls? Oh, the fake. Yeah, okay, I remember. Yeah, if you guys don't know, like you guys know the Me Jug Sit, um, this emo that originates from Skyward Sword, because in Skyward Sword, if you sit on a chair, it replenishes your HP. So like I would always I would fight I don't know if it was the final boss, if it was the imprisoned or whatever that you fight like 16 times. Um and so like I would go down, fight the boss, die, and then like climb back up to the top of the canyon to sit on a chair. Because I didn't know how to use potions. Because like to use the potions in the older Zelda games, you have to buy a bottle and then you have to like fill it up. You have to like buy the refills of the bottle, or you have to buy the bottle. So like I didn't know they had to buy bottles. So like I didn't have any potions the whole game. So I was just sitting on chairs whenever I could, right? So then like that's where the people sit came from. I would fight the boss, die, go back up and sit on the chair, and then go back down to fight the boss. Like it was like ridiculous. Um, and then the final boss is called Demise. But then Gwen, my mod, Gwen, she came in and it autocorrected to Denise. So now we just call it Denise. Um, Maybe being Delulu isn't the Salulu. It is not. It is not. You also restore HP IRL by sitting. It does help. It does. It's very accurate. But yeah, I didn't know anything about. I don't know anything about how to play. The game, I don't think the game told me that you have to buy bottles to buy potions. I did not know about this. Maybe I was supposed to figure it out myself, or maybe the game told me and I didn't realize. But yeah, I just played the whole game without potions. I'm just that good. What can I say? All I need is a chair and some time. But yeah, I made it through. I made it through, but I think I needed some hints on the dungeons and stuff, because I was like, some of the dungeons were I would like ask Fi. You know, there's like Fi. You can like ask her for a hint, and like her hints are so useless. Like literally, like you'll be in a dungeon, she'll be like, the solution is in the light, and you're like, girl, like, can you be straight with me? Like, what is that? She'll like give you a hint that's like not helpful at all. And so I was like, I was just getting really annoyed by her as well. You need the hard one to master, or you can play a streamer's way, like never reading, yeah. I did enjoy I did enjoy voice acting it though. I think there isn't voice acting, right? So like I did enjoy doing that. I like being Zelda. And I like that Zelda was doing stuff. You know, I thought it was a good thing. You know, she's like getting stuff done. You know, she went to the past or the future or whatever, and she's like she's like involved. And I'm like, that's great, because in Breath of the Wild she was not involved at all. She was just like doing nothing. Like she was just sitting around. Like she was people sitting all day. Like she was holding back in, but like she was barely there, you know. So it was cool to have. I like the story. I think the story was nice, but it wasn't worth enduring the game for the story. And then like everyone complains as well about Skyward Sword that you like backtrack a lot. Like you fight, like you like go to all these regions and then you go back and then you do something really annoying when you go back. Like the thing where you go back to the forest or whatever, and it's like flooded, and then you have to like find all this stuff in the water, but the swimming is so annoying. So like I was like, I did not have a fun time with this. And we went to the desert like 6 times. Isn't there supposed to be a live action Legend of Zelda movie? Yes. And I don't think it's gonna be good. Cause like live action? Like why are they making it why live action, you know? I think it's kind of I think Zelda is very well suited for, okay, imagine a live action, what are they called? Rito. Imagine a live action Rito. Isn't that cursed? Imagine a live action Goron. Like that'd be terrifying. I don't think we should have that. Or even like take like, I don't know if he's in every game, but like Hestu, live action Hestu. I don't like that. Live action. Oh my god, live action Bokoblin. Ugh. They try so hard to make the graphics artistic in each Zelda game, so why live action? I don't know. But like, why do they make live action like Minecraft? Like, Minecraft is like the most suited for being a cartoon, right? It's like, it is so cartoonish that it is literally just squares. And like, why do they make it live action? I don't know. I guess because they want to show like the big name actors' faces. Live action girl movie Jack Black. Jack Black is Ganondorf. Surely, right? Imagine if they managed to mess up a live action Epona. Okay, no, surely the horse will be normal. I don't think you can really screw that up. But yeah, I don't have any hopes for a live action Zelda. Yeah, because like the art style is very much a part of Zelda, and like everyone has been asking for like a Ghibli style Zelda movie because I feel like the tone and the vibe and the aesthetic will be quite good for Zelda, right? But I don't know. Like I don't know what kind of story. I guess I'll just go for like the classic Zelda story, you know. Ganondorf does evil stuff. Link has to stop Ganondorf, you know? And then Zelda has to do her magic powers and she gets taken or whatever. Like, I don't know. I'm sure it'll just be something like that. I'm not like super excited to see it or anything. It's probably gonna be a while. Live action Ganondorf, Jason Momoa. No, it's gotta be Jack Black. Jason Momoa can be like, I don't know. I just hope the actors playing Zelda and Link could be safe from internet hate. I mean, I don't think they'll get that much hate, really. I don't think Zelda is really like a incel magnet, you know? It's not like someone playing Abby from The Last of Us or like Ellie from The Last of Us. Of course, Link will make its Link sound. There's no way, right? Yeah, it's I think Zelda fans are pretty chill. But I think the most hate they'll get if they like mess up the lore, right? Like if they like really mess up the lore, then I think people will be mad. Pots better be bro. I guess they have to include those references, right? Oh, I hope they don't do it in a cringe way, you know, like I feel like cringe works for Minecraft. But I don't think cringe will work for Zelda. You know, like if they start making like an action movie, if someone is like, "Excuse me, princess," you know, like I don't think it's gonna work well. Nintendo has been messing up the lore for 30. True, true. I guess there really isn't a lore. Um, the one anime I would watch is, I mean, I know they're making a Genshin anime. I think a Genshin anime could be good. I think I think I would watch that. Just to see. I do like the Genshin story, so I'd be curious what they do. I'll make an anime exception for Genshin. I already basically make an anime exception for Genshin because Genshin is an anime game, you know. So I'll make an exception for that and well whenever it comes out because they announced it like years ago, so it's probably gonna be I don't know how long those things take, but it's probably gonna be a while. You got llama. Welcome in, Vindicator. You got llama yesterday with radiant. Damn, we got the radiance. Congrats. Did you lose a lot of 50/50s? So I'm sorry for that. The story seemed so good the other day that made me really want to continue it eventually. Where did you stop? Because like personally, Sumeru was quite good. And then Fontaine was really good. I think Fontaine was like the peak so far. And then Natlan was a lot of people, including me, were very disappointed by Natlan. Did not like it. It wasn't like awful, but it wasn't that great. I do like the interlude quest, the one the Dane quest after Sumeru, bedtime stories, was really good. That one was really good and short. Like these days, they do like the Dane quests are like 2 hours, but they're like I think bedtime stories was like an hour and a half, but like they're good. It's not like too yappy. Just like where they like can say it in like 10 words, but they use like they take like an hour to say it. You know. Actually, in Konomiya, but I don't know if that's the main story. I think it's more like a event place. I don't think I've ever really done a quest in there. I think it's like a world quest kind of place, an event. But yeah, the Dane quest after Sumeru was really good. Fontaine was really good. And then yeah, the Dane quests are always good. Those are the ones that I really like doing. Even though I was waiting to do this one because the voice actors were on strike, and so there was some voices missing. What was Sima? Sumeru? Sima? You left it there. Okay, well I'll try. I'll wait to see what you mean by that. But yeah, and then the new region is very promising. So I'm hoping it'll be really good, but who knows? Genshin has let us down before, you know. So we'll see. Well, maybe it's a translated place. Sima? Do you play in Japanese like a weeb, Ricky? Possibly. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, well, I don't know if I'm gonna play the Archon quest on Wednesday or maybe do something else, and then the Archon quest will always be there. I kind of want to like. Apparently, it's 8 hours because like in the first patch they was release Act 1 and 2 together. Apparently, it's 8 hours long, so it's gonna take me like many streams. Oh, the chasm! Oh, the chasm was good. The chasm was good. It was like you were stuck in there, and then like Shao shows up, and then you get a bunch of Shao backstory. Shao's backstory was really good. It's Sima in Spanish for some reason. I mean, I guess that makes sense because like it's like the chasm. It's not like a proper noun. It's like a description of the place, right? The chasm was good. So even a Spanish word. I don't know. Who knows why they localize things to that? But yeah, I guess. Wait, so you're quite far behind. Because you have to do that, and then you have to do. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. If you do catch up, it'll be a while. Okay. Take care, Yui. It's good seeing you. Yeah. Luckily, I've kept up with the Genshin story, so I'm not like drowning in quests. Nor do I even do like I'm not a side quest enjoyer in any game. I do not like doing side quests. Like once in a while, there's a side quest worth doing. But like 90% of the time, I do not care about side quests. I feel like the main quest is enough. I want to do random stuff on the side. So I don't really do them in Genshin. I don't do the story quests. I don't do the hangout quests. I don't do world quests. There's too many quests, man. It's a Spanish word that you didn't know of. Oh, okay. So I'm way behind. Good to know. A lot of primo gems to get for Varka. You should probably, if you want to get Varka, you should probably log in soon because, firstly, they're gonna give a bunch of primos. They're gonna give like 10 or 20 pulls for the update starting the end of the month. And secondly, you get a free standard character and you get 4 constellations of older characters. So if you have any older 5 stars, like pre Sumeru, no, actually pre Fontaine, 5 stars that you want to get constellations for, you get 4 free constellations. So it's actually a great time to get back in the game because you get a lot of free stuff. So it would definitely be good. At least get the ones in the mail at the end of the month. You got Arlecchino. Yeah, you don't get constellations for her. She's too good. They won't give you that for free. You gotta pay for that. But yeah, they're giving away a lot of. They're being like generous to a point. They're never gonna be too generous because they want money, of course. Um, yeah. Uh, I don't know when Varka's coming out because it's not next patch, and it's because like next patch we already know is Nefer. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure when he's coming out. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, I don't trust leaks more than a patch in advance because a lot of times they're just lying, you know. Or like no one actually knows. Maybe they do. I don't know. It doesn't really matter anyway. Um, yeah, it's I'm definitely very back into the Genshin grind. I've been playing every day, of course, and yeah, I've been really enjoying the combat. Um, there's a lot more like difficult combat right now. So you actually need to like get really into it and learn more like skill. You don't think I'm gonna try Stygian Man? Honestly, if you stop playing before Fontaine, I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can get even close to doing it because the characters got so much stronger from Fontaine, and then in Natla, it was like if the characters were like at a 10 out of, it's a 10 out of 10 strongest character before. In Fontaine, it went to like 13, and then in Natlan, it went to like 20. um, they kind of lost the plot a little with the power creep. I'm not a big fan of power creep. I think it's kind of silly. I think like the engine was doing really well before everything was not power creeping stuff and making sure that old units were still viable. But now it's like really not the case, which is like typical gacha behavior. But Genshin was pretty good about not doing that, so that's a bit annoying, but that's okay. There's still characters I like, so I'll just keep doing what I can. I never wanna. I only wanna pull characters I like. You know, I'm gonna stick with that. And I haven't spent money on it in a or like I've only bought like the monthly thingy, so it's not too bad. I don't want to like spend so much money on Genshin and then look back and be like, wow, like it's a you know like I think I mean I've been playing for a long time, but I think there will eventually be a time where I stop, right? So we'll see. We'll see. um, yeah, it's definitely and oh my god, wait, okay. I was watching. Speaking of spending money on games, I was watching a video this morning, and apparently, they're already selling a DLC for the new Pokemon game. Um, so apparently, they're for Legends ZA or ZA. Um, they're releasing the game for the Switch One and Switch Two, but apparently the Switch Two is a $10 upgrade. I could be wrong about that, which is strange because like it's not really an upgrade if it's being released or this whatever. And then they're releasing the DLC is $30 US, so I'm guessing it's gonna be like 40 or 40 like this last Scarlet Violet DLC was $45. Um, so if the game is $70 US and then 80 with the upgrade, it's probably gonna be what 90 or 100 Canadian for the Switch 2 version, and then another what 45 for the DLC, not including tax. That is insane. That is an insane price for a game. That's gonna be like after tax, it's gonna be like $170 to play Pokemon. That's a ridiculous price. Was Albedo the last time you spent money on Genshin? Albedo was the first time I spent money on Genshin, and then I popped up one other time after that. That's it. Suppose it's akin to deluxe edition releases. But are deluxe editions usually like close to $200? I thought deluxe editions are usually like in the low 100s. Unless they come with like a physical item. Yeah, this is so greedy. And I highly doubt the base game is worth the price in terms of like the quality of the game. Like I'm sure people will have fun with it, but like in terms of like the quality of the game and how much care and like yeah, like in terms of quality, I don't even think it's worth the base price. And I think the DLCs are way too expensive because the Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC was $30 for both the the Ala armor and the Crown Tundra, and I thought that was a pretty decent price. There was a lot of content in there. And then I played Scarlet Violet. I got the DLC, and that was like the biggest regret. That was like one of my biggest regret purchases, buying the DLC. I haven't even finished it. I played the first part, and it was such low quality, and I was like, oh, like they're surely gonna improve stuff in the DLC, right? Because like they know how poorly the original game ran, and then the DLC was even worse, and I was like, oh, it's so bad. And I was so done with it. And it was $45. That's a ridiculous price for a DLC. Ever since the buildings were pointed out, I couldn't stop looking at them in the latest videos. Just textured cubes, no details. I know. The thing is, like, they just don't even do the bare minimum. And then like people will point like the amount of, and like the thing is, it's not like they can't do better, because like they absolutely can, right? Like they have the resources, they have maybe the people who work there currently don't have the ability to make it look better, but like they could, right? They could hire people who have that expertise, and like they could, there are games on the Switch that don't look like that bad, right? Like they know how to, they can call up the Breath of the Wild people, they can call up the Mario Odyssey people, they you know, like they can get, there is a way, right? There's obviously a way to do it, but they just don't, right? Like they just don't, because like they don't need to, because like they know people will buy it for $150 anyway. So it's just silly. And then like yeah, there's so many. I know there's like a Nintendo Direct recently, and yeah, just like it just seems like greedier and greedier, which is like, you thought they couldn't get greedier, but somehow they figure it out. I'm just so done with Pokemon right now, like, cause just after Scarlet and Violet, I'm like, I can't believe they thought that was acceptable. I can't believe they and not only that, they like sold the fix for it, right? Like they're like, oh, like if you want the Switch 2 version, you gotta pay for it. And like that absolutely should have been free, considering the quality of the original game, right? They should have been like, apology, like, sorry, like at least give the improvements for free. But yeah, it's not not a fan. And I don't have enough nostalgia towards Pokemon to continue buying it anyway, you know? And I think Pokemon, there's a lot of things that in terms of like the core gameplay of it, I think it's a fun idea, and I think they could do so much with it, but they don't, right? So it's just, now I'm just like, I don't want to deal with it. And like, I'm not going to buy a Switch 2 until like something comes out on it that I think is really worth the money. Because like right now, I don't really personally care about the games that are on the Switch 2. And like a lot of them I could just play on Switch 1 anyway, so like I don't really mind. And also I posted this on the Discord earlier, but people were talking about the Virtual Boy on when the Direct came out, and I didn't know what the Virtual Boy was. I thought it was like a Game Boy or something like that. But then I saw the video. It's like the Switch 2 in like the VR mount. It's like an entire Switch 2 in there, just like putting it on your face. I'm like, that must be so heavy. You have to pay $100 for that, to play like what apparently is a failed console. And then they're like, oh, but if you don't want to buy the Virtual Boy, you can buy the Labo, like the cardboard one, for $25. I'm like, why? How can they charge that much for cardboard? You want to buy the new Mario Tennis for $100? Yes. So worth it, right? Yeah, I feel like the price of the game compared to the, like, I don't have anything against, if the game truly is, I mean, $100 is a bit steep, but like, you know, a lot of games are worth like $80. Like Baldur's Gate was worth $80. Like same with like something like a lot of games like that. It's like, it is worth it. But like selling Mario Tennis for full price, or like selling 15-year-old games for full price, like Mario Galaxy for full price. It's like, why? Like, why? It's ridiculous. No other company could do that. Did Activision Blizzard buy Nintendo and just not tell us? It was a secret, hostile, like it was a hostile takeover. Is tennis confirmed to be the next Mario sports game? Yes, I think so. Is Mario Kart worth 80? It's 120 in Canada, by the way. It's not 80 in America, right? Isn't it 90? Or it's 100, right? It's something like that, because it's 120 in Canadian. It's a ridiculous price. Or it's 100, 105, 120 after tax. It's something stupid like that. It's 80 in US. I think it's 105 in Canadian, or 100. It's something like that. Just get Silk Song's like $20. I think that goes, like, obviously the price of the game is not indicative of the quality of the game, and there's so many great indie games that are so much cheaper. And or like you take a game like Expedition. Like Expedition 33 is made by a very small company, and they obviously did a really great job. You don't need like a huge budget, you know. I want to see another Mario versus Sonic Olympic game because it'd be pretty funny if they made references to the last one. Yeah. I've never played any of them, so I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever played a Mario sports game. I don't think I ever had any of those. I've only ever played like Wii Sports and Switch Sports. And I don't know, Switch Sports. I had a good time with Switch Sports, but I really think that, you know, back in the day they would like put Wii Sports in for free with the console, right? And now they're out here charging $10 for the welcome. The welcome tour really gets me mad. Like paying like $10 for what is essentially a tour of the console and like a manual, right? It's like that does not need to be paid content, right? Mario Golf on the Game Boy Color. I don't know. I thought all the sports games were like only motion control, but I guess there's Game Boy ones as well. But yeah, it's I don't know. There's just so many things. Like at first it was like I thought 1-2 Switch should be free, and then they went even past that. And now welcome tours cost money. It's a stupid thing to charge for. Nintendo gonna start suing people who post playthroughs of the console tour. They're like, they're gonna start striking people down. But yeah, so Nintendo's gonna be Nintendo, I guess. But yeah, I think a lot of things that they're putting out, it's like, yeah, they have some fun stuff. But like the price is just getting, it's like, it's fun, but is it worth the price, right? Like you have to start, like all the reviews you watch, all the reviews I watch, it's like, yeah, it's fun, but the price, it's like everyone has to be like, when they review it, they have to like talk about the price, right? I think it's not focused. But yeah, it's and then I think I was watching some videos recently about the Switch 2, and people were saying like, it really seems like they're not marketing, like the Switch is very much a family console. It's pretty affordable. There's lots of good family games on it. And like, yeah, there's lots of fun stuff. But like people are saying like the Switch 2 really seems like it's not like Nintendo consoles have always been marketed for families, right? Like older people can enjoy it as well, but like it's for everyone, right? But with Switch 2, it seems like they're not targeting families, right? Because like one, the price, two, the features of it, which is like, you know, like better resolutions, like a better hardware capabilities, which like families, kids, they probably don't really care about. And like that seems more like a adult thing, right? And then three, also some people are mentioning the size of the console. It's not really a good size for kids, right? Like it's a like the Switch is already fairly large to hold handheld. But then once you get to they're making bigger Joy-Con. Like for me, a lot of people complain about the Joy-Cons because they're like too small. But like for me, the Joy-Cons are a good size, and presumably children will have smaller hands than me. So I think a larger Joy-Con would be uncomfortable. And that's the same with the Switch. I think if the Switch was heavier, then I think it would be quite uncomfortable to play handheld. I don't think kids will be comfortable doing that, or unless maybe they are. I don't know, but it seems like it's not really that's not their priority, right? And also like the games that are releasing on the Switch 2 currently, it's not like there's a lot of nostalgia, right? Like no child out there is like, wow, they made the Virtual Boy. Like some like 5-year-old now is like not excited about that, right? Like or like they're like, oh wow, Mario Galaxy 1 is on the Switch. Like obviously this seems like a lot of stuff for nostalgia and like for older fans who grew up on it, right? It seems like they're just trying to get that market, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's definitely interesting because like I feel like Nintendo was always going for very specific kind of things, but now it's like it's very nostalgia. So yeah, I'm not really sure. Well, I guess I'm not really I don't personally feel like I'm like the target demographic. And also I don't want a bigger Switch. I feel like the current Switch is a good size. And also, yeah, I was at work this week and someone was playing on a Steam Deck, and I was like, damn, the Steam Deck is so big. It was like this big, and it was like this thick. I was like, damn, that's like holding a whole like PS2 in your hands, you know? Which I guess makes sense because that's very powerful. But like, man, I'd rather play on the NVIDIA GeForce on my iPad, you know? Although now that I think Ricky jinxed me by saying like it gets worse the longer you play because it's starting to really lag. Maybe it's just unlucky like what servers I'm connected to, but like it's really starting to lag. There's like some parts I'm playing Baldur's Gate and I'm like trying to select what to do and I'm like the menu will not come up. It's like 3 seconds behind. I'm like, oh my god, I cannot play. You're sorry. You jinxed me, Ricky. It was working perfect until you mentioned it. No, I think it's just luck on like what servers I get connected to. But it says the servers are in Seattle, which doesn't seem that far. I guess sometimes they have some lag issues or something like that, which I guess is fine. I guess it's fine. I'm playing Baldur's Gate on my iPad. It is what it is, you know. But yeah, I think I am enjoying the service. Maybe I won't need it. I mean, I think still having a PC is good. Because there's no way I could be like playing Baldur's Gate on my iPad and then like screen sharing on Discord or something, you know? Maybe I'll just be an iPad streamer from now on. I'll be like, hey guys, I'm streaming from my iPad now. Maybe I can do all those things. But yeah, it's basically no plans to buy a Switch 2. I already still regret my PS5 purchase. I don't regret it as much nowadays, but it depends what else comes out on PS5. And I don't know. So you play it through tactile? No, I play it on controller, but you actually can do touch screen, which is really strange. Surely you can connect to your capture card via USB-C. Probably. Cause like I realize I can connect my iPad to my TV. With the adapter. I can plug it in via HDMI. It just goes on the TV. So that I can like put the iPad plug into the TV and then just sit on the couch as if it's a console. Because I thought about getting Baldur's Gate on the PlayStation, but then I realized you need to buy PlayStation Plus to play online. And so I was like, that's stupid. And then like Baldur's Gate on PlayStation for some reason is $95. even though it's $80 on Steam. So like, why is it so expensive? Gamble Island IRL tour, iPad stream. Sure, yeah. What's the normal say? Tactile, like touchscreen. Yeah, touchscreen. Yeah, tactile is not common. Yeah, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant, but it's definitely not a. It's definitely not the way it would be commonly said. Yeah, I think. I mean, some games are. I've been playing Genshin on the PlayStation, even though it's like a free game. And I know Naughty Dog are working on a new game, like Intergalactic. So hopefully that one releases on the PS5 and not the PS6. Because I think they were saying like, oh, we're gonna move on to the next PlayStation. Now I'm like, bro, you just started. Like, we're not done yet. You know, like release more games. Um, so that's fine. That's fine. And my brother has already reserved my PlayStation for next year to play GTA. I don't really care about GTA. I tried to get into it because it was like $20 at one point. So I just bought GTA 5 and I did try to play it. I really tried, but I don't like it. I don't get the appeal. Like the city's cool, I guess, because it's like it's a big open world, big city and stuff like that, but I don't I don't know. It just wasn't fun and the story was not engaging to me. I was like, it seems like such a bro thing, you know? I was like, no, not a big fan of it. Also, it became eerily silent. Oh, time for cat's eye. So at Zirconia's request, you couldn't finish GTA 5. Tried a few times, like you didn't like it, or I just wasn't a big fan of it personally. But yeah, I'm not a GTA red flag gamer, so I just won't get into it. And I don't think I'll play GTA 6 either. Um, I don't know anything about it, but I'm sure it'll be a great time. That way, um, my brother can have my PlayStation at the time. Coffee time, yes, that's the best time. It's almost lunchtime for me. I'm actually quite hungry. I already had my coffee this morning though. Sometimes I drink decaf in the afternoon just because I want some coffee. We should formalize a red flag gamers. Oh, true. Um, I think there's some red flags. Like I think playing stuff like GTA, Call of Duty, that kind of stuff, like FIFA, that kind of stuff could be an indicator, or certain games where they feel very strongly about, like, I hate Horizon Zero Dawn. I hate Aloy. Like something like that. Like that's a bit of a red flag. Or saying like, oh, like I don't, or like saying like something Last of Us 2. That's a red flag. Um, like for me, there's some like I don't know. I think there's some people that are just like a a magnet for like misogynistic comments, like Brie Larson. If someone just randomly brings up Brie Larson and how much they hate her, like that's a red flag. Like I understand not liking Captain Marvel. I didn't love Captain Marvel either, the movie. But like if someone just randomly is like hating on Brie Larson, that's a bit of a red flag, you know? Or like, um, or like Rachel Zegler as well. That's a big one. Any version of why don't they make hot female characters? They ruin Lara Croft. That's a red flag. That's a red flag. Um, saying like they made Lara they ruined her. Um, something like that. Or yeah, why don't they make characters like X? I don't even know what the example would be. Um, maybe they're like, the League of Legends. They keep redesigning characters to be less like pinup dolls or blow up dolls. They ruined Siri. True. They're like, why do we need Siri? Oh, actually, a lot of people were really upset about Siri being the protagonist because they like don't want a female protagonist. um, what did they do to Siri? I don't even know. That's that could be one as well. When the Witcher hype starts up for the next Witcher game. What else? I don't know. Or like if anyone just says like games are too woke these days, like that's like immediately you're like okay, okay. Or they're like, oh, there's so many there's so many like whenever they just complain about a game with the female protagonist, you know, like I feel like that people complain a lot. They're like, why are we forcing women into everything, you know? Where it's like literally like 99% of games across history are like a like some guy, you know, like it's like come on. The example is Lae'zel. They don't make girls like Lae'zel anymore, do they? The state of game journalism. True, true. Um, this is a joke. Razzie, are you trying? What are you trying? What are you trying to do? Yeah, it's yeah. I guess the game journal. I mean, but like, is that wrong though? Am I an incel? Like, is it wrong to be like, I think games journalism can be kind of bad these days. I mean, it has always been questionable. But yeah, it's do something crypto bros. I guess so. I'm guessing it's like a coin. But yeah, it's I think game journalism can be kind of questionable these days. What if games aren't woke enough? Well then that's okay. Turn on shield mode. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I think it's just some people. But yeah, welcome in Ruska. Thanks for looking out. And welcome in Radon. Notice K-pop and yapping is a Twice enthusiast. You came in just at a Twice song. Perfect timing. We love alcohol free. I'm kind of wrapping up soon because it's lunchtime, but you know, you can enjoy a little bit of Twice before I go. Yeah, I think just random stuff. Yeah, I don't know why. I think some people are talking about crypto or something. Does not matter. You're playing Genshin at the moment as it goes on. Nice. I'm a Genshin player as well. I stream Genshin on Wednesdays. Can't wrap it up. Protag isn't here. No, Protag already came. He figured out that the streams start not at 12. They end at 12. So yeah, he figured it out. It's all good. He was early. He was. Yeah, I'm excited to play Nod Cry on Wednesday because I was just catching up. Yeah, I was catching up on the Dane quest last Wednesday because I was waiting for the voice acting. And now that there's the Travelers or the Abyss sibling as well as voice acted, I played the Dane quest and now I can finally get into Nod Cry. I do love the Archon quest. I heard it's 8 hours long though, which is a little long. We'll see. I'll take my time with it because I want to be able to do the combat stuff as well. So I want to do Stygian. So we'll see. 8 hour Wednesday. No, I cannot stand 8 hours of Genshin. As much as I love the Archon quest, 8 hours of Genshin yapping is a lot. But it's all fully voice acted, so I won't have to do 8 hours of voice acting. Although I kind of enjoyed not having to. I kind of enjoyed voicing some of the characters. You highly recommend doing the accent 2 streams, but I might do it in like 3 or 4 streams. Honestly, it's a lot. It's a lot. I'll figure it out. It might be like 2. It might be like 3 streams. I want to do 4-hour chunks of the Archon quest. It's a long time. I'll see where it's a good time to take off. There are a few points you can take a break. Okay, that's good. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah, I heard it was very, very long. The world quests are not really long by Genshin standards. I don't do world quests. I have enough on my plate. Yeah, it's I've heard like some of them like the R&R quests and stuff can be really, really long. But yeah. Since Razzie is leaving, I'm gonna go eat lunch as well. Yeah, if you want more yapping, I do that on Saturday and Sunday as usual at 9 a.m. Pacific. And if you want to see me before then, I'll be streaming Genshin on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Join the Discord if you haven't already. I put up a poll for my Halloween costume, so you can vote on what costume you want for Halloween. There's some Genshin options, there's some other options. Currently in the lead is Zoe from Kpop Demon Hunters. Can you imagine anyone wants more yapping? Don't lie. You do show up without fail. Yeah, I will eat well and enjoy the food. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.